Boom. Okay. Welcome, players. This is the zone. Okay.
And we are in it.
We are in
the
it.
zone.
Finally in the zone. Whew, it's been a long
Which is
time.
a Talk Sports radio program, right? In the Zone with Mark
Wait.
and the Weasel.
Cool. We can play now. Welcome, players. The goal of this game is to tell a weird, magical, realist horror story of mutation and self-discovery. A story
Great.
about people who risk everything for an obsession. A story where only one will make it to the end.
Not sweet.
The game will take 2 to 3 hours. Around 10 p.m. It knows what time it is.
What?
Make sure that works for everyone. Unless you all know each other. We do all know each other. Also, our names are on the screen because I made a cool overlay.
What?
And you're probably wondering if everyone is seeing the same thing. We are. All the little things should be moving around.
Bzz, 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 bzz.
Cool. So I'm going to go to the briefing. And that should go.
Oh,
Yes, it works on the overlay. Great. Okay, good. Let's read one paragraph at a time in alphabetical order. Start with Heath.
Welcome, volunteers. I know you've all been wondering what the zone really is and if the rumors are true. As a 14th expedition, you deserve to know what we know. It's not a lot, but it may help you.
It all started with the anomalies. Locals calling in to talk radio or visiting their doctors with stories of unseasonal weather, impossible objects, half sightings of unknown creatures, claimed conversations with long dead loved ones. People disappeared. Medical notes describe bodies that started changing. Nick is next in alphabetical order.
Are we doing alphabetical by first name, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
I mean, I'm the
like,
last all the time, regardless. But
I was thought we were doing last name, and I was like, I've been skipped. The old elementary school stuff coming back.
planning
We, ini-
revenge.
we initiated special containment procedures, performed tests on those who refused to evacuate. Then, as if reacting to our attention, the boundary appeared and isolated everything and everyone within an area of several square miles. We still don't know if there are still survivors or if they're still human.
Since that moment,
Oh,
not a
sorry.
single...
Now it's Peter's
It's
turn.
Oh,
Peter's
shit. It's Peter's turn.
Now it's
I
Peter's.
forget.
Since that moment, not
Wait a
a
minute,
single expedition has returned. All lose contact minutes after leaving the visual range. We're going on fragments, rumors, and occasional anomalies that seep beyond the boundary.
We don't know what the zone wants, or if it wants. It seems to be a mirror. It manifests whatever phobias, obsessions, and memories you bring into it. The zone brings them to life to test you.
There are rumors that the zone can grant your deepest wish if it deems you worthy. Sensor readings show something incredibly powerful at its heart. Perhaps the only escape is the center itself.
Sorry. You are the 14th expedition. You will almost certainly not return. Good hunting, but prepare to die. The Federal Bureau of Coherence, without admitting liability, thanks you for accepting this mission.
Excellent.
Can I choose just not to go? Can I stay home?
They just say that to scare you.
It's just part of the procedure.
Yeah, it's just boilerplate. Let's start with Peter.
One, we're telling a movie. The game is a series of scenes which we can choose to play in as much or as little detail as we want, describing or acting out what characters are doing. And I guess scenes can be as short as a couple minutes, but usually about 5 minutes or so. The game will last about as long as a movie.
2, we will take turns being the director. There is no GM. We take turns as director, setting up and ending scenes, and all share a few key moves that anyone can trigger at any time to help the story along. No one will be forced to be on the spot for long. We're each in charge of our characters, but share responsibility for everything else.
And 3, we will play to lose. We are not competing with each other. That's why our fates are secretly decided at the start, so we can focus on creating not so easy situations which characters will always take the bait on and suffer the consequences. You know those moments that have you yelling, "Don't go in there" or "Don't touch that" at your favorite horror film? That's this entire game. Cool. So this is the board. It's a shared space. Pretty cool. We can see the whole thing. Unless explicitly otherwise stated, we can all see about the same things on our screens. If there's something only you can see, it'll have a little eyeball next to it and say, "Only you are seeing this."
Sneaky.
The
You're seeing
spiral
that
of
too.
cards represents the zone. Each card is a location the expedition will go through on their one-way journey into the zone. The game starts at the zone observation facility, which is right outside capital T, the capital B boundary. Once inside, you cannot backtrack.
Bullshit.
Let's go. I've been hogging it. Nick, you go next.
In each location, we will do a few scenes. Expect to do 2 or 3 scenes in each location. Fewer as we get closer to the center. 1 turn equals 1 scene.
Peter.
There are no
Or Nick,
stats or
whoever. Go ahead.
There are no stats or dice rolls in this game. Whenever a character tries to do something that seems like it would be not so easy for them, anyone can force them to pull a not so easy card. Not so easy cards have bittersweet outcomes that advance the story, like yes, but, and no, and most of them will trigger a mutation. Trigger them often.
Yes. Peter.
Oh, emote.
Our fates are predetermined by fate cards. The character on the fate card must die in the scene when it is revealed, unless another player sacrifices their own character. You cannot die before your fate card, so take risks. When your character dies, you keep playing as the zone, setting up scenes as usual, with nothing to distract you from making things weird, magical, and horrible for the survivors.
This game, or the game, ends at the center. This is the innermost part of the zone, where the final player will ask it to grant or free them from their obsession. The remaining players embody the zone and decide the survivor's final fate.
Dun, dun, dun. A quick level set. This is a horror game, so it's most fun when we take our characters way out of their comfort zones while taking excellent care of we, the humans, playing them. Number 1, the X card. If something comes up in the story and we'd rather it didn't, we will press the X card button up top here.
Oh,
Find it and press it now. Hey! Ding dong ding. Find another way, no questions asked. We can even X card ourselves.
Atmospheric silence. Ooh, I like this a lot. There'll be times when a player is pondering a question and helping them feel so irresistible. We won't give in. Sometimes folks need a little time to think, and the creepiest horrors need their time to gestate.
3, hell yeah or no. We each have ironclad authority over our characters and when setting up scenes as director. It's still fun to suggest ideas and yes and a lot, but no pressure. If it's not an obvious hell yeah, no need to push it.
Number 4, the players are more important than the game. That thing I just said, take care of the real humans first. My friends, let's be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes?
San Dimas football rules.
What rating should our movie have? Indicate with your glowing cursors. Mutation and quote-unquote death is core to the zone, but the way it's told could be as much blood-soaked B-movie as magical realist spiriting away. Are there horror or other reference points we're excited to see in this game? And is there any content we'd like to avoid? Yeah, we're all up in that good grown-up territory. For some reason, my cursor is not showing up on the thing, but that's okay.
Oh,
Everyone
weird.
else-
I see it.
It's on
my
ours.
screen.
Yeah, it's not on the
Just not on the
yeah, weird.
Oh,
the stream.
The stream. Let's choose characters. Each character will have an obsession, a phobia, and a reason they cannot go back to their old life. All these characters share one thing: they know the zone will almost certainly kill them, but believe it's worth it to fulfill their obsession. And now everyone's seeing something different, I think. So
Okay.
we will all choose our character.
This is a game about grad school.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We can choose different ones, but we don't have to.
Ooh.
Oops, all scientists.
Oops, all scientists.
Yes. Love it.
Um,
I
Ooh,
played
I've
the
been
soldier
thinking.
last time, but that was
I've been thinking about writer today.
ooh.
I've been thinking about like an editor who's bored of the Monday and wants something actually to happen.
Oh yeah,
think I'll try the entrepreneur.
nice.
I'm
Yes.
torn between like my natural instincts and going completely against my natural instincts, which is fun as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a profit from the zone.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and go with scientist. Then I do because I feel like there would be a scientist
Nice.
in this group.
I
So the
think
soldier does sound fun.
I'm gonna go for. Should I go for surgeon or chaplain? I'm gonna go for
Are
chaplain.
there more? I can't only see 4.
Oh, I saw 8 on my
Yeah,
screen.
there
I
should be
think
8.
7 or 8.
I'm not able to see the whole screen.
Oh no.
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm only able to see the first 4 on my
That's
screen.
weird.
Are you in full screen?
I'm on Chrome in it.
Yeah. Weird. So when my
Sorry, I was.
cursor goes, so could you see all of the words that we were reading before?
Yeah, I can see everything we were reading. It's just that right now the entrepreneur it cuts off and I can see the beginning of a next one,
Oh, weird.
but I can't. It's just
If you,
my.
if you do like I don't know if you can zoom in, zoom out, if that changes anything.
Yeah, it doesn't change it. It just makes the.
Weird.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Wait, if I go out. Okay, now it's weird. Um. Okay, so if I go to 500%, more of them show up, but I still can't reach them all.
Huh.
Maybe I go to settings.
Oh, I think the stream is showing mine. That's why it's not showing an observer. Interesting. I'm gonna figure out this while you figure out that. How about that?
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry
I'm busy.
about that.
Still
Yeah,
busy
no,
filling
you're
out
good.
my questions anyway.
I would like
Deciding.
to. I only thought there were 4 choices.
Oh no.
Let's see. I want to
Um,
spectate. Why do I spectate here? No, that's still. I just want to spectate. I guess the stream is going to be watching me then. Don't watch the stream for my secret stuff.
Okay.
Any luck?
If I zoom really far in, I can see more of them, but not all of them.
Hopefully it'll just be on that screen. Wait, if you click
Yeah,
into
I think it
pick me,
might
does
just
it
be that
bring up your
one.
card?
I just wanted to see all the cards.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's chaplain, entrepreneur, scientist, surgeon,
Soldier,
bureaucrat.
and make your own, which shouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll just do writer.
Okay,
That's-
cool. So yeah, fill out the stuff it says to fill out. Are you able to see the whole card?
Yeah, I've got scroll bars. It should work. I think
Okay.
I'll be okay.
That's weird.
It's so weird.
So we'll be filling out our obsession, our phobia, and something you can't go back to. And I think there are picks. Yeah, there are little pick lists if you click on the arrows on the left, or you can fill in your own. Yeah, clearly doing that.
My file number keeps changing.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Yeah, the file number changes for all of the characters on the thing before too,
Oh,
since I stared at that page for so long.
it's a feature.
I'm not able to see all the text on my.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I can if I zoom out.
Okay. If you want an in-person debugging, let me know, and I'll come over and take a look.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if it gets to be like really bad.
Yeah. If it's on the main board screen and you can't see everything, then we'll figure something out.
Okay, I filled out my business.
Why can't I go back?
Because that's part of the game, Mark. You cannot go back. It says right there on my screen. Emphasize letters.
Describe your character's broken life.
That is weird that the file number constantly changes.
Yeah.
But that kind of weird stuff happens in the zone.
Zone.
The zone.
Your best source for sportscasts. And
That's going to be the secret we find out at the end, is that there's no like big major hair scare. It's like all the things that happen in zone are little things like that. Like, oh, file numbers on your files constantly change. Weird.
Small annoyances.
Yeah. No matter how many times I zip my zipper up, it's down again in 30 seconds. Fucking hate that.
None of my socks match.
Damn you, zone!
Oh, and I don't know. What chat is that. Chat is that. Nope, not OpenAI chat. I've been chatting with the AI a lot.
Although
all of Mark's suggestions for the scene seem uninformed by basic facts about reality.
Would be very interesting to let an AI GM a game.
You can have it run like text adventure games.
Yeah. Maybe I will open.
But it quickly reveals the like content-free nature of the setup.
Although if there was ever a game for AI to run, it'd be this one. It's supposed to be so weird. You'd be like, AI, give me a setup for this scene. It's like, just a bizarre mishmash of facts.
Why would an army chaplain be unable to return to his life after a mission?
Farts.
Because he said something really embarrassing yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
You said, they said, have a good flight, and you said, you too.
You too. I can't go back to that
I'm going to go
life.
to the zone. I'm going to the zone.
I can no longer show my face in polite society after having completed such a faux pas at Lord Thronby's manor.
Now it won't let me say finish editing. Let me finish.
Damn you, zone.
Damn you, zone.
Finish editing. Cool. Waiting for Nick to set up their character.
I'm trying. It won't let me click it.
Hit number 1 and see if that. It's a little keyboard shortcut. See if that helps you. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. We'll get you working one way or the
I
other.
want my clicker work.
We're gonna start the game. Meet your characters. Great. I'm gonna be the first director. Click me. So you can view your character or other people's characters at any time. Great.
Yay, it's introduction time.
Introduction time.
Whoa.
Cool. So I am the chaplain. I am Augustine Birchwood. I was
Yes.
an army chaplain, strong in my faith even amidst the grim horrors of war. On my return, I built a cozy and devoted congregation, even as my own faith started to unravel. When I was drafted by powerful organizations who believe the zone is divine, I could not say no. My role is to protect everyone's humanity, notice moral dilemmas, highlight the limits of science, and check on people's souls.
You're my nemesis.
Yeah, I'm certain the only dissenter of my zone can satisfy my obsession, which is to prove science wrong. If only they could see the divine plan as I do. I also
Just
have,
playing yourself.
yeah, I play
Yeah.
myself basically. Have a
It's very
phobia
light
that the
RPG.
zone won't manifest. It definitely will. I am terrified of meaninglessness. That there is no one out there listening, and this is probably a one-way trip. But I'm going anyway because I cannot go back to because I became involved with another soldier, and my religious community will reject me completely because they're homophobic. Da-da-da.
I don't know why that got
And only boys are soldiers.
Only boys are soldiers. Let's hear about Winston Dax, who is
I'm playing Dr. Winston Dax. He is the entrepreneur. You're an iconoclastic engineer who has made billions revolutionizing pharmaceuticals, energy, and many other fields. You learned of the zone through your deep network and pockets and managed to get yourself added to the expedition. There's money to be made. Your role, profit from the zone. Follow the dollar, solve everything with technology, and proudly disrupt the status quo.
so we are all just playing ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's light RPG, just
Yeah.
sort of like a thin veil. You are certain that only the center of the zone can satisfy your obsession, which is the singularity. It will solve everything. Humanity is just a stepping stone. You have a phobia that you hope the zone won't manifest. It definitely will. You are terrified of not being included, that the AI makes this new world without you. This is probably a one-way trip, but you're going anyway because you cannot go back to a fatal diagnosis. All the money in the world can't keep the symptoms at bay much longer.
Nice.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Dr. Watson, where's Sherlock?
How about
Taking the whole
Septimus?
world down with him.
I am the scientist Septimus Baylis. I'm a distinguished scientist, responsible for a number of key breakthroughs in my prolific early career. But I followed my theories to more creative fringes, and the academic field I once dominated has now rejected me as a fraud and a huckster. My role is to understand and explain the zone. Come up with scientific theories. Try to understand and explain. Take samples. Lots of samples. Yeah. I'm certain that only the center of the zone can satisfy my obsession, which is my legacy. What I leave behind is all that's worthwhile. I have a phobia that I hope the zone won't manifest, and it definitely will. I'm terrified that science can't explain everything, that there simply isn't a unifying theory, which of course is poppycock. This is probably a one-way trip, but I'm going away anyway because I cannot go back to a life without my family, who all left me because they couldn't live with someone who just worked all the time.
This is too personal. I don't like it.
I'm sorry, do you need to X card my character?
No. All right. Hi, I'm Scott Tangible. A renowned talent with decades of award-winning work on the international stage. You may have heard of me, but success takes its toll. I haven't managed to write anything in over 15 years. I've tried everything, but it's not working, and now even my fans are beginning to forget me. I cannot go out like this. My role is to tell the story of the zone. It's all about the story. I can speak with the other, and it's all about being remembered. I'm certain the center of the zone can satisfy my obsession, which is inspiration, any muse that will get me writing again after this very boring, mundane world. I have a phobia that I hope the zone won't manifest. It definitely will. I'm terrified of irrelevance, ceasing to be unique, being forgotten. And this is probably a one-way trip, but I'm going anyway because I cannot go back to jail. In an effort to find some meaning in life, I've tried to experience more and more extreme situations, including criminal ones that are punishable by death.
Oh my.
If I go
Treason.
back to the outside, we will learn to find. Yes, we'll learn more about what that is. If I go back to the outside world, I would be immediately locked up.
Nice.
This is my only chance.
Cool. Clicking through.
It's all about being remembered, though. Me and you have that in common. I'm not my
Yeah.
legacy. All that matters is
Maybe you should
what we
look
leave
at a little
behind.
book called The Bible. Mark.
Maybe you should look at a little book called My Bestseller.
Oh, I know a #1 bestseller internationally. It's called
Oh, you
The Bible.
mean that one bestseller you had like 10 years ago now? That one?
Yeah, like more like
Oh.
2,000 years ago.
At least I wasn't kicked off the board of the National Academy of Music
How
Society.
dare you?
Really, the Mormon Church is really pulling in the money, though.
Why don't I start us off? The expedition is ready to begin. We're all at the zone observation facility. The night before, we have to cross the boundary. This is a scene to practice the flow of the game. Start us off. Okay, so I'm the director for this scene. I've got a fancy chair. And so the director is going to define the location. Each location has 3 different things you can choose from. Everyone can see it, but only the director gets to choose. So I will choose. I really like a hulking steel concrete complex. Always love that. So I picked the next location. Click get a scene prompt to discover what meets the expedition when they arrive. So click get a scene prompt. Read this out loud. There are 3 parts to a scene. 1, the setup. 2, collaborative storytelling. And 3, the ending. The director is in charge of the setup and the ending and facilitates collaborative storytelling by asking questions of the group. You can use the questions on the card or come up with your own. So, next. To set up a scene, we introduce the location, decide which character it's about, in this case, everyone, set up the situation described in the prompt, where is everyone when this starts, and in future scenes, we'll describe how everyone got there from the previous scene or location. So, for the intro scene, the night before, everyone shares rumors. All right. The director ends the scene and their turn when the prompt is resolved. In this case, this is when everyone has shared a rumor. It's better to end a scene too early than too late, and if you've gone off topic, end the scene. Cool. So, everyone needs to share a rumor. And I will click the end scene button, which is down at the bottom here, when everyone has shared a rumor. So we are in Oh, sorry, go
Are
ahead.
there more things on the cart? Sorry, I'm having visual problems again.
Oh, yeah.
I see what strange animals or plants have been spotted, and then I see what weird anomalous.
Yeah, there's more underneath. Let me kind of take a look at your
Yeah, I think I might need some live debugging. Sorry about that.
No, do it. You need to see the screen. It's important.
Can't read the thing.
This is the live debugging stream all around.
That'd be like playing a board game and only being able to see half the board.
My greatest fear has happened. I've become Mark.
Ah!
Hey!
Hey, Nick.
Oh, I can hear like 3 different versions of me now.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that's weird. What weird anomalous? What for you? Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Nick's computer is already in the zone.
I know. It's already been taken over.
Let's see. Let me do full screen here.
Nick's rumor is I can't see everything on my computer screen.
Rumor is I'm actually improvising everything.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it just makes all the letters bigger. It just makes that one card smaller.
Oh no.
It's really unhelpful.
Huh.
I did something to my console.
I don't think so. I'm gonna close this and then bring it back in.
Dun dun dun.
So don't be scared. I'll come back.
Nope, it's the same thing.
What?
No.
What is going on?
There's no scroll bar for it.
Yeah,
What?
I had scroll bars on the character sheet, which I think everyone did.
Can you use a different browser? Or...
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is heresy. I'm gonna try Safari.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll use Safari.
But that's weird because we're all using Chrome too, right? We're all using Chrome?
Yeah.
I am.
There you
Keep
go.
meaning to switch
Safari
to
works.
Firefox, but I'm lazy.
Okay.
Chrome.
All right, I'll be using this episode brought to you by Safari.
When your favorite browser doesn't work, Safari.
Chrome
Ruh-roh.
doesn't work. When Chrome won't open the page, Safari will.
Safari, it'll work.
It'll work.
Safari, it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
Safari, this is our chance.
Let's see.
I am available for sponsorships. Oh,
Maybe.
good. This will keep me from getting distracted.
Cool. So we are in a hulking steel and concrete complex with many sublevels of containment chambers and accommodation for hundreds of classified personnel. And I'm supposed to say what it looks like, right? Can I go back? Next. Nope. Okay. So the facility, yeah, it's this huge anonymous brutalist structure on the edge of the zone, just beyond the boundary. I think we are all in sort of like a makeshift like briefing area that's kind of like curtained off of a like cafeteria area, and we're all having our last shitty meals before going out there. And we talk about rumors. So I will ask questions. Heath slash Septimus, what strange animals or plants have been spotted in the zone?
Well, that is a hard question to answer because you see, the strange thing about it is that many times when they get readings on their equipment, those readings seem to flip-flop between plant and animal, which of course makes no sense whatsoever. So it probably has to do with the fact that they're using cutting-edge equipment most people don't even know exists, top secret government equipment that has not been thoroughly tested, because that's the only explanation of something reading as both plant and animal is faulty equipment.
Clearly. Scott, what weird anomalous
me.
artifacts are people talking about?
So we had plants and animals that can't, or creatures that cannot be categorized.
Planimals.
Planimals.
Pla-
Weird anonymous items. Repeat that hard topic again. There. Everything that has been left inside the zone, or everything that was inside, even though the boundary was there, seems to look on the surface the same. But people claim, or the rumors are, that somehow the materials have been changed. They're less dense or have strange properties like different melting points. Someone claimed they saw a hammer, but it would melt like gallium.
Sounds like the
You
devil
sound like a
talk to me.
scientist. I like you.
Sounds like devil talk.
I write nonfiction books, so it's better than science, you would say, because it's actually readable.
Whoa.
Oh, shots fired.
Dr.
not even
Watson
underground.
Dax, what is rumored about the previous expeditions?
We know that there was an incident about a month or two back in which there was some sort of accident at this site where a lot of people died. The rumor that I think Watson has gotten hold of from his, deep connections into government is that the 13th expedition was the first one in some time where somebody walked out of the boundary. But the rumor is they walked out of the boundary and then killed a lot of people, including the trained soldiers that they have equipped and ready to stop anything.
Yikes. Clearly
But we'll be fine.
case of possession.
Yeah.
Cool.
Was it Francis Quinn?
So they walked out of the boundary and then killed people. Cool.
Francis Quinn came out of the boundary.
Well, I will
Francis
play that.
Quinn would have just given them fashion advice.
I don't know. He was doing a lot of shooting at the end.
That was
Shooting.
just, you shoot one guy and suddenly.
Cool. I will click the end scene button. Bloop. Great. Peter's the next director.
Oh no!
Oh, haha!
Move to the boundary.
Ooh.
Time to enter the boundary.
Oh,
Crossing
shit.
will be split into 3 short scenes, one for each of the 3 key moves. Before we start the first scene, we'll do a quick overview of all 3 moves. Read this example out loud. I guess I'll keep reading. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Starting with you, okay, so I'll read the card first. Move overview, take stock. Starting with you, every player adds a sensory detail about the scene: sight, sound, touch, smell, taste, or how your character feels. You can skip yourself if you don't have anything in mind. 2, when everyone has spoken, return to collaborative storytelling. Okay, and now read this example out loud. The expedition has entered a new location. It's Jeff's turn as director, but they're feeling stuck. Jeff. Yeah, actually, there. Mark, read Jeff.
I'm not
Nick,
sure where to
read
take this
Amy.
scene.
Keith, read Tarkin, and I'll read Ted.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where to take this scene. Let's take stock. Click the take stock button.
All right. The air smells like sugar. It's sickly but familiar, like a memory from the bureaucrat's childhood.
Oh, yeah. And there's weird glowing moths.
On closer inspection, the moth's wings seem to be like plants' leaves.
Nice. Let's keep going.
Wow.
I
read
had
that.
more. Damn it, Jeff.
Those moths give me an idea. I was thinking ...
Jeff has been
More
fucking
ideas,
railroading us.
Jeff.
This is why I hate playing games with Jeff.
X card,
ideas.
X card. All right, I will continue after that. Thank you, everyone, for indulging me. Move overview. Something's not right. 1, the person who triggered the move says something's not right and what they think might be wrong. 2, another player says it's worse than that.
Oh,
and
no.
Foul. 3, the player who said something's not right incorporates the escalation and storytelling continues. Read this example out loud. The scene is chugging along slowly, but there's a lull. No one is quite sure where to take it. Amy says,
Something's not right. I feel the trees are watching us.
Amy
And I press the something's not right button.
Yeah.
Ooh, creepy. Okay, it's worse than that. The branches are moving. They're trying to grab us, and they keep getting closer.
Alice laughs nervously.
I think my scientist might be able to resist might not be able to resist trying to get a sample.
All right, thank you, everyone. And the third move overview, not so easy. 1, when someone describes their character doing something not so easy, interrupt it by triggering this move. Anyone can say it. You can even call it on yourself. 2, the person trying to do the thing restates what they wanted to happen and then draws a not so easy card to find out if it does. 3, that player then weaves the outcome and its complications, usually a mutation, into the story and play continues. The expedition has encountered a fleshy pulsating wall that completely blocks their way. It seems like a voice is coming from within it. Mark, can you read Guillaume?
Can we talk to it? Let's talk to it. My chaplain leans right in, just inches away, and begins to ask for its assistance.
I'm going to press the not so easy button. That's not so easy.
No. Okay, I'm trying to talk this thing into letting us through. Let's see. Does it help us? Flip? The card says no, and you mutate into a new form. Ha, okay. The flesh wall beckons the chaplain closer. It seems to be working, but suddenly her face gets sucked in. Horrifyingly, it starts ... to transform.
Thunderclap. Excellent. Thanks, everyone.
The scene is over.
All right. You are the director. You've arrived at the boundary. You decide what form it takes. Ooh. I think I'm going to go with number 1 on this. Hopefully it will have me read it shortly.
Nice.
Oh, no, I'll just read it now, I suppose. Oh, there's a variant. Oh, no, I see there are 3 variants. Boundary. The boundary is beautiful and inspires wonder, a seductive presence, drawing you into the zone.
And then the scene prompt, yeah.
Scene prompt. Set up the scene. End it when the prompt has been resolved. Okay. All right. Setting up the new scene. Oh, everything's.
So everyone is going to go around and use a sense to describe something about the boundary.
Oh, okay. So the expedition sees the boundary for the first time, but does not cross yet. So use to take stock in this scene. Okay. Right. So I'll just send it around, and we'll all. Oh, okay. I see. So. Yeah, I guess what does it look like is just a question.
Yeah. This is just demonstrating the take stock card.
And then the next one is take stock.
Yeah, this is the.
Are those different questions?
Take stock. This is the take stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll add a take stock.
Yeah.
Is there a take stock button I can hit?
Is this one
Where's
down
the
here?
button?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Cool. So I will say one thing about the boundary is that it seems to chime. There are gentle bell-like or like crystal bowl-like sounds coming off of it that you can barely hear, but the soft sounds seem to cut through any amount of noise or distance. And I will throw to Mark,
Yeah.
I guess.
I think as we approach the boundary, it kind of feels like there are gentle fingers stroking your face and hair. That gets a little bit more aggressive as you get closer.
Cool. Heath?
Strangely, we noticed that we each smell something different that we have good associations with. I smell, strangely enough, fresh pancakes because when I was really busy in the lab, my wife would bring me pancakes. But that's not what the others smell. I don't know if I should tell you what you smell, or is or do you all want to dictate what you smell? You have to add your own fact anyway.
Different pancakes.
I figured the writer maybe smells loves the smell of new books. Chaplin has his favorite musty smell of his old church. But we don't smell what each other are
smells
smelling.
like a favorite beach.
Smells like money.
That's weird. We're all smelling different things.
Cool. And Scott?
Yeah, which leaves us with sight. Or how you feel, or I could do something that you already said.
Or you could lick the boundary.
Lick the boundary.
Lick the boundary. I think the side of it is that as you change what you're looking at, the thing you're looking at looks like it is farther away than it is. So it ends up, I don't know what lens that would be, but like whatever you're focused on in the distance. Did I say I said farther away? Yeah, it seems to go farther.
Okay.
So whatever you are walking towards seems to stretch on in front of you, and
Nice.
things around you seem closer. And so as we scan, it just is really
Oh no.
disorienting. And
Awesome.
Cool.
And
So
then
we
you
had
click the end
taken stock.
scene button, I think.
Yeah, yeah, we've just seen the boundary, so that is the mini scene there. Cool. Oh wait,
Heath.
what?
Now it's Heath's turn.
Oh, okay, we're still at the boundary.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to start my turn then.
Meow.
I'm going to decide where it takes place. Okay, something's not right. Use something's not right when you need to ramp up the danger in a scene. When to use it? Frequently. It's a great way to set up not so easy situations. Who can use it? Anyone, anytime. Set up the scene, then try out this move by pressing something's not right. Once you've used the move, in the scene. Okay, so let's see. Your director sets scene ended when the prompt has been resolved. The expedition starts to cross the boundary, but something's not right. So I'm going to use that something's not right button. Click. Something's not right. So, person who says it says something's not right. Yeah, so that'll be my, yeah, the thing that's not right. I'm actually, well, I know there's probably not rules in this game. I'm gonna jump with the thing I added last time and be like, everyone immediately realizes there's something not right about the fact that we all smell different things that happen to be very personally enticing to us. So that's suspicious.
I'm gonna jump in and say it's worse than that, and
Oh, no.
I think it's worse than that because the smells seem to be leading us all in different directions. And then you incorporate the escalation and continue.
Yes, and I don't even think we really realized it. We were sort of each on our own worlds, going, "Wow, do y'all smell pancakes?" And I've kind of just started trying to follow it, and we've each started doing it without realizing that the others were doing the same thing until we kind of like snap back to our senses a bit and go like, "No, seriously, do y'all smell? Hey, where's everybody?" And then everybody else is encountering basically the same thing.
I don't think Watson ever has that moment of where is everybody? Like, there's a beach around here somewhere.
And suddenly
They'll
we
catch up with
don't know where everybody else
not
is in
to
relation to
split
us.
up immediately.
Nice.
And so I'll continue now, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, once you've used the move, end the scene.
There we go. Oh, heart's coming off Peter. Cool. Oh, yeah, nice.
Emoting. Oh, you can press the B button. Faster.
Faster hearts.
Spam the hearts. Spam the hearts.
Click and B, click and B.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, my turn. I'm the director. I decide where the next scene takes place. Do another scene in the boundary. It sounds like it tells me where it takes place.
Yeah. Tutorial.
Okay. There's one final obstacle before making it to the zone. Use not so easy in this scene. Why is it not so easy to get through the inner side of the boundary and enter the zone? You can use take stock and something's not right to help set this up if needed. Move, the not so easy cards are the heart of this game. You're playing at the right level of intensity if they happen frequently. They also give you power after death. The player with the most controls the end game.
Yeah.
So try to do hard things. Don't leave a scene unless you've earned at least one. You can and should trigger not so easy on yourself. It's a great way to get mutations. Play to lose. Touch that anomaly. Find a way to put someone in a not so easy situation so you can try the move. Afterwards, describe how the expedition enters the zone and end the scene. Okay, so we have discovered that we were being led in different directions, and our scientist Septimus gathers us back together. because he figures it out the first.
That's not so
But-
easy.
But wait, I'm not. I think I have one thing to say before you say.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That was easy.
Cancel. It is easy. No problem.
No, I mean, I think the thing that happens is that yeah, I think we now that we've coming back together is very difficult. Like we're kind of repulsed by one another.
Mhm.
And now that's not so easy. Why is
Yeah.
it not so easy?
It's not so easy to get together.
Yeah, it's not so easy to get there. Somehow we're repulsed. And now you have to say something about it, right?
Yeah. So, so restate whatever wants to happen. It sounds like everyone wants to get together. Is that
Yeah,
right?
they're back together.
We want to not split up.
Yeah.
Don't split up the party.
Who we're gonna say is trying to get everyone together?
I thought that Septimus was.
Yeah, it sounded like she was saying
Being
it was
our-
me.
It's
Our logical
not
one.
Watson.
So
Not
then-
Watson.
Not definitely not Watson.
So then Septimus will click the click there.
So yeah, I think as Nick said, I very quickly realized it. Wait a minute, what? And then when I don't see it, I was like, oh crap, it's time. And I haven't strayed as far, so I start, hey, everybody, wait, come back. Where are you? Don't be led away by the scent. It's trying to split us up. So I'm trying to yell and gather everyone back together.
Doesn't have a sense
And
of,
now I'll click the card.
like it has a personality.
It's so easy.
Hey.
Yes.
So
So
easy.
I do manage to get people back together, but the zone mutates me in a small but noticeable way. Explain how this comes to pass and how your character mutates. Then click here to dismiss. So I guess I need to click the mutation cheat sheet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to click it and see what happens.
Oh, this is so good.
It's
Combine
so
a
good.
body part or an emotion with one or two animal, plant, or material elements to inspire a
1, 2, 3, 4,
mutation.
5. 5 and 20.
Oh yeah, this is going to be fun.
A small but noticeable way.
So it'll do the
Turn into a
categories.
goose.
5 categories. It's going to be something on my body. It's going to be my leg. And then
Deadly odor. Deadly odor.
Deadly odor. Stinky butt.
This
Stinky
is-
butt. Stinky butt.
okay, but then I need to. So it's one animal, plant, or material, right?
1 or 2, it says. And this
Oh,
is
yeah,
a,
1 or
this is a small but noticeable one, so it's not like
Yeah.
so.
Bioluminescent ears. Bioluminescent ears. Oh, it could be a voice thing
Yeah.
if you're trying to call people.
Your
together.
joints are sticky
Oh, that's a
sap.
good point.
Your hair is plastic.
Your nose is void. Void nose.
Your grief
Yeah,
has
I'm going-
horns.
I'm going to ignore the
Deadly
rule because of
odor.
what Peter said, which makes sense to play on that. That's fun.
odor.
Um,
Yeah, you have like a maybe you have like a odor that we can't stand anymore.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go with what Peter said. Not do the roll there, but I am gonna go with the roll for the second part, which is a
Animal plant material.
usage of the word that I think will apply, which is
Stinky voice.
no a slick voice,
Oh.
which is like suddenly everybody's like they come back together because they're like, man, he's got a really nice voice. That's like,
I should do everything he tells me.
yeah, I really, really like his voice. It's so nice to listen to.
Nice.
Man, tell me more things to do. And then click here to dismiss.
I like how this mutation like it helps you
It makes it
wrangle
super
us.
cool.
And I'm
Let's-
really awesome.
All the mutations. I don't know. This really cool guy stepped out of the boundary and killed everyone. But I don't think you understand how cool he was.
I figure it'll come into play more if I, get possessed or something, and suddenly we're like, you need to kill each other.
That sounds like a cool idea.
Cool. It sounds like we entered the zone then.
In the zone.
The zone. Bow, bow, bow. And you can end the scene.
Hanging out, dun, 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 in the zone. Dun, dun, dun.
Got a feeling. when I
Oh, am I ending the scene?
He's
Yeah.
just ending
The
scene.
end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Nick
thought
is.
it-
Yeah, because you're the director.
Yeah, because they were
Was
the
my
director.
I'm the director.
He just had such a good voice, though.
Hey, Nick, you should end this scene.
No.
It's my turn next. The expedition's at the boundary. There have been 3 T&Cs here. So from now on, we can either move on to the next one or stay at the one we're at. Right now, we have to move. And we are now in the zone. Ha, ha, ha.
Let's stay at the boundary.
Right?
Next few scenes will be about exploring the zone, developing your characters, and most importantly, being very irresponsible. Remember,
This character can do that.
you will need not so easy cards for the end game. Have your characters do plenty of things that make it necessary to see not so easy mutations await. I'm the director. We have arrived at the school. Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I guess it automatically upped my not so easy card thing when I clicked it, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Because I have one now.
Nice.
You have one mutation.
yeah, one
Oh,
mutation.
you're winning. Okay.
I think
He's taken an early and commanding lead.
outside is undamaged, but everything inside seems to have been reorganized as if a giant magnet had been waved over the school. Nice.
The school.
Scene prompt is: a creature creates a terrible moral conundrum. What choice is presented to the expedition, and what makes this conundrum so tough for someone in the expedition?
So, counter a philosophy
I
professor
think-
teacher. So you're on
Real-
the trolley, and you have to.
Real
So we enter. We have to go through this school to get to because it's like on the edge of the zone, and we have to get in there, and everything is all in weird places. Like all the desks are up against one wall. Like there's like posters stacked up on top of each other. All the lockers
posters.
are open, and so on. And it's dark and creepy, and we're kind of trying to make our way through to the exit, and we hear this sort of padding of footsteps coming down the hallway, and I think it is Scott Tangible. Did you have a dog or a pet?
Yeah. I had a greyhound.
Yeah. And we see this greyhound just walking down, looking friendly and nice, and it kind of goes up as if it's going to sniff Scott's hand, and that's what Scott sees.
Yeah.
The
And
the
let me
rest
think-
of us see the same dog, but it is like wild-eyed. The eyes are like glowing red, and it's not just like padding up to Scott. It is just like tearing towards him. And so the choice is, I guess the rest of us either need to stop it somehow or warn Scott, or let it.
Yeah, I think I'm like leaning down. And I'm like, oh, milkshake.
Yeah,
How did you
Scott
get
clearly
in
thinks that
here?
it's a real thing.
Mm.
I'm about to get some kisses on the face.
Take stock. Starting with me, every player adds a sensory detail about the scene. So I think it's just regular like wet dog smell for Scott. The rest of us smell this like it's almost like an electrical fire. It's like this ozone and like burning metal smell, and it gets stronger as it approaches.
And a visual detail is that as the dog is galloping forward, we can see its mouth open and unhinge, revealing row after row after row of circles of teeth. But of course, Scott just sees, happy bounding dog.
Happy dog mouth. Yeah, and I hear like happy barks and panting, but all you hear is weird static.
Oh, nice.
And as it approaches, the 3 of us that aren't Scott definitely feel like an electrical charge in the air that like makes all our hairs go on end and like that's something ain't right.
Awesome.
I want to imagine it's got this weird stop-start to the approach, like Ringu or something. Where
Yeah, it's like a little jittery, stuttery.
Yeah.
Cool. Scott, what are we doing here?
So remind me. Let me make sure I understand. So take stock is the sensory stuff we just did.
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right.
That's describing
Is
what is wrong, and I think we got that.
we've already kind of done
Kinda
that.
did
That
by
would be
accident.
if you said like there's a wall and you'd be like, but something's not right. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I might say, yeah, and I think for me, you are all yelling at me to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
that could be like one of us encourages you to get away from it, and then we can have. Oh, I think we're going the same place with this.
oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna be like, it's not so easy to get away from it. Okay.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
I just want to make sure No, I want to make sure we had the.
So are we playing Not So
wrote
Easy
over
on
you.
you as you're trying
Not
to...
so easy. So you all tell me to go away from it,
Mhm.
Yeah, away
but
from
for me, it is not
dog
so
demon.
easy to get away from the dog demon.
All
'Cause
right.
this is a dog of mine that is no longer alive.
Milk.
Because you want snoot boobs.
I want
Um,
Snoop Boobs.
Cool. And then you draw the Not So Easy card.
Oh, this is a dog. This was the dog that was taken away from me when I was arrested.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was like, that's so nice of them to put this dog in here. Okay, so now I draw the card. And then I weave this outcome into it.
but was there a it's worse than that in there? Like stating the difficulty.
Oh, maybe.
Was that?
Yeah, did I skip something?
That's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think the worst is like it's about to eat you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you do get away, but your success has a dangerous unintended consequence for the entire expedition.
Oh no.
What is that?
Yay! It's showing me this mutation cheat sheet is just if I need it.
Yeah.
A
You
dangerous
get a
unintended-
mutation out of it. Right.
I don't think so. I think you're just telling us what the dangerous thing that happens to us.
Last time it told Heath to get a
Oh,
mutation.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
I
one
think-
just says, yeah, they just need to do an unintended consequence, I guess, the result of this one instead of a mutation.
That we now have a dog friend.
I know I was like, then now this dog follows us. But yeah, I think we get away from it, but I no longer, well, that seems like not about this. So my feeling is I no longer trust anything that you all see. But that just feels like normal.
How
How I would normally react. How would that be
How do you get away from
affected
it?
by the weirdness? How do I get away from it? Yeah, so I think I'm like, yay, puppy. And then
do you like eventually see it when it gets too close? Or I'm sorry, I'm doing the suggestion thing that we're not supposed to
yeah, let me think of
Sorry.
it. Sorry. My processing is a little slow today. I could use the
Yeah.
scary silences.
do. My bad.
I'm gonna start using that technique. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I do notice because my dog had like recently had some dental stuff done, and there was like a small detail, like my dog was missing like one of its canines, and this dog had both its canines, and so I get like alarmed, and I scoot back. But it still slashes me across the foot, which is going to fuck up our mission because now I have something weird on my foot. Let's see what I have on my foot.
Foot moss. Foot moss.
Foot
Oh,
moss.
deadly odor. Deadly odor.
Stink
Deadly odor. Always deadly odor.
Slick. Everything. All mutations are slick.
Everything is slick.
That
Just a
foot
slick
is so cool.
But wings have claws, snout, tentacles, venom.
Tentacle foot.
Yeah, let's see. It slashes my foot, and then there's like anytime I put my foot down, my foot tries to start like has like mycelium filaments
Oh,
that try to attach
wow.
me to something. So I can't stand still for very long, or I
Oh,
will root in
no.
place.
Nice.
So we have to keep
Relatable.
and now I'm just like, we have to keep moving.
Yeah. And, like we have to like sometimes maybe like carry you a little bit when you're not.
Yeah, like I can't sleep, or I have to put my I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
I'm not allowed to sleep anymore, I think. Yeah.
Oof.
Anyway, that's fun. Good times. It's worse
Cool.
than that. That's how that happened.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I
And then
think that
is that the end?
I think that ends the scene for me.
Oh, you're the director. You can end
Yeah.
it.
Cool. So Peter's the next director.
Pew, pew, pew.
Start turn, and I think you can either choose to do another scene at the school, or we can move on to the sewers.
Okay. I'll
Interesting.
try another scene in the school and see what happens.
Fool.
Yeah. We love school.
Ooh.
Tempted by an intelligent, impossibly beautiful creature. What is the beauty of this creature in your eyes? What obsession does the creature try to tempt with, and how? Okay, whose obsession? Oh, what obsessions do we have again? Proving science wrong.
Proving science right. Getting
um,
samples.
The singularity, the legacy, inspiration. Oh, any music. Oh man. But you said Scott writes nonfiction, right? Because I was wondering if it could be a character from one of your.
Yeah, I don't think I write nonfiction. Yeah, I'm not sold on that. Yeah, I wonder if it. Yeah. I'm looking for. Yeah, perhaps I write fiction, but it is like very inspired by life.
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering if the creature could. Well, it needs to be in my eyes, I
Yeah.
guess. So
Maybe it's something pharmaceutical that would be helpful for your disease.
oh,
Make money.
Yeah. Or the singularity thing. I'm wondering if it's
Oh yeah.
like yeah, it is. It's like a projection of something designed by a Midjourney AI thing. So it's this impossible. Well, for Dax, it's going to be a beautiful woman, but the fingers are flickering between too many and too few. And she kind of melts into different. She doesn't turn to one side, but sort of morphs instead of moving around.
Like instead of like going from like looking like this and turning, like this just turns into hair and the face grows over here.
Yeah, the ear grows out into a nose.
Nice.
And yeah, I think, yeah, can I do a something's not right, or is this already not right enough?
Yeah. Whose obsession is the creature trying to tempt?
Oh, I was going to make it a computer singularity sort of
Oh,
thing.
that's a you thing.
But yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Something's not right. Something's not right.
But something's not right.
And the thing that's not right is that it starts mirroring you first, like in movement, and then as it approaches, it starts to morph. So it's like more like the Midjourney version if they put in Dr.
Watson Dex.
Dr. Watson Dex. Yeah, and everyone can see that. And then, here's where we do the worst then. Yeah, the worst is not.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say it's worse than that, in that as it starts taking on Watson's features, Watson's face starts going blank. And just becoming just an unformed blank thing.
Yeah. And
whoa, buddy.
And I think Yeah, and maybe I think maybe the rest of us are starting to feel like a little pull, like our skin is being pulled towards it, and definitely afraid it might continue doing the thing to the rest of us.
Um, right, and I think incorporating that, um, I think Watson just starts jabbering about how this is an intel. I felt this in my mind. None of you understand. This is an intelligence beyond anything anyone could imagine. This can build the next step for humanity if we just follow where it leads.
No, Watson, this is clearly a devil. This is clearly you're being tempted.
Look,
But convincing me is not so easy.
Your face is disappearing, brother.
All part of the process. So I'll say Mark is doing a thing that is suddenly not so easy. And so yeah,
So I'm trying to convince you that this is not a good thing. It is at the very least bad, but more probably demonic.
okay.
And then I draw a not so easy card to see if it is. No, but my failure has unexpected positive consequences. So I don't convince you that it is bad.
Oh no.
And the positive, maybe the positive consequence is that
You're not saddled with Watson Dax being addicted.
New friend.
made you look prettier.
Heyo.
Let's see.
So we have a dog.
You were not
weird AI
convinced.
creature. So I'm still convinced that this is a great creature that will help me build the DAX app that will contain all of human intelligence.
I think maybe the unexpected positive consequences. Maybe you're just like, no. I'm gonna put my face in the alien egg and let it actually approach you, and it merges into you. And then you turn around to us and show like, hey, this is okay. But you're able to actually change your body at will. You're able to do the Morphe thing yourself. You're like, see, look, I've evolved. This was a great thing for me. Yep.
And then but that's an extra. You get a mutation from the game mechanics.
I get a mutation card. I get a card. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And I think I can end the scene off of that.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Oh, this is the amount of time that it takes. I feel similarly.
I feel like I have to do another scene in this school just because.
Yeah, let's stay in school forever.
Well, we'll see how that card's played out.
Eventually,
I feel
see if it kicks us out eventually.
characters ensure someone tries to curry favor with another. Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Who most wants something from another? What will you get for it? After watching all this, I know it seems like we keep just doing scenes for ourselves, but it's just the way it panned out. I know I don't have to do that. But okay, you just morphed with this alien thing. Claim it's a big evolutionary. This is like I need a sample of this. Like, how can I not get a sample from you?
But not of my foot. My foot.
Your foot is more has the appearance of something with a disease that needs to be cured.
Oh no!
This is two beings that have just merged. One claiming the other is an answer to humanity's ills. That's definitely taking precedence. So, I am going to try to convince Dr. Watson to let me take a tissue sample from you.
I know the story of penicillin.
I will say that's not so easy.
What?
Just because Tax is a dick. And I think he's giving this big spiel about everything scientific that you have done. Your career is now moot. I have
Oof.
seen beyond what the mere foothills of modern science to the great mountains that the zone has showed me. Uh, you just go and look at the foot over there. This is not to be touched or interfered with.
Great. This guy's worse. More
I'm just-
incorrigible.
I'm just trying to think,
He's just gonna keep getting worse.
because another part of my earlier card was like, what would I give for this or whatever? But I'm like, I don't really know what I have to offer this higher
Oh,
being.
sorry, yeah.
Um,
I don't know if he's really a higher being or just
Well,
even more
claiming
of
to be a higher being, I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
You've been possessed.
Yeah.
We need to do an exorcism. And then I guess it's Heath drawing the card.
Yeah, I guess so. So I'm trying to convince you by,
Or wait, let's see. So I declared it not so easy.
right, for me to get a sample from you.
Yeah.
So that's what I want, is to get a sample, to convince you to give me a sample. So I guess
Okay.
I'll go ahead
And
and
so
click the
I
card
said-
now and see how. Oh, no.
Oh shit.
I think at this point, after Watson's big speech, I mean, he's like, "You puny, your earth science could not conceive of what I am. It's beyond your science is like the knowledge of an ant trying to conceive of the universe. Here, let me help you understand."
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! What was your phobia?
That there is no scientific explanation for
Oh
everything.
no!
Oh.
So yeah, I think I believe at this point, like, Watson doesn't want to make me an equal. He still wants to be the big entity on campus, but he just like reaches out before I can do anything, just like taps me on the head, and a wave of energy obviously overtakes me. And I think I just stand there for a moment looking very puzzled and being like, but that doesn't make sense. Suddenly I do understand, but yet that makes no sense. That can't, what I understand conflicts with everything I know, and yet exists in a realm where I can't even understand it, but I do understand not understanding it while understanding it. This, and I think he's just a bit, it kind of goes into a state of shock, really. And I see he was, let me take a look. Oh, hold on, yes, I think I have an idea. Just seeing just looking at, always good to look at the list for suggestions.
Hmm.
For flavor than anything else.
Thank you for.
We're all just come out of the zone really stinky.
And
Every
kill
part of
everybody
me is
with this-
stinky.
I get even cooler. No, I'm kidding.
My grief is
I'm all for
stinky.
this.
My nose is stinky. I like that the scientist is becoming cooler and cooler.
That's always how this goes.
That's fine.
Where he touched me on the forehead now is permanently bioluminescent. So like where your third eye would be, but it's not an eye per se. It doesn't look like an eyeball, but there's definitely a permanently glowing spot on my forehead as I stand there, shell-shocked, unable to speak at the moment.
Nice.
Opened up your chakra, bro.
He did totally open up my chakra.
Oh no.
I think that is what Scott tells you.
Yeah, I think that's probably the end of that scene. Everyone agree?
Yeah. Next turn.
It's my turn. All right.
That's not so easy. Click. No, I'm kidding.
Do another scene of the school.
Yay!
Not so easy to stay in the school.
Hey, they always told us to stay in school. We are.
I did. I'm gonna go to the sewers.
Oh,
Yes.
Nick's dropping out.
I am. Drop out. The expedition has arrived at the sewers. Yeah. I think after this interchange, the next door we opened actually like takes us
Oh
underground.
shit! Yeah.
It was like a weird door and it stairs
Oh, yeah.
down, and then we were like, oh, I guess we're okay. We're under now. I decide what form it takes. Is it a disgusting fetid labyrinth? Things that normally live here got bigger, carving out earth and layers, grime and shit fill every corner. Is it a gothic undercity where old things lie, best undisturbed gargoyles, surprisingly elegant bridges, storerooms often blocked by iron bars? Or is it a vaulting concrete space where the underground river enters an industrial water treatment plant bursting with machines and piping?
It's worse than that. Wait, no, it's not. No.
It's not so easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the concrete space and underground river
Awesome.
treatment, kind of in our same. Yeah, okay.
I was saying
and
oeuvre.
then, yeah, from the like brutalist.
Mhm.
All right, and then I get a scene prompt.
Do it.
Someone encounters their phobia. Whose phobia hasn't appeared yet or hasn't appeared for a while? Why must you face this phobia right now? Let's see. My phobia sort of has showed up as this like mycelium thing, but it's not directly. Like I don't want to become part of. I want to be special. That's my phobia.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I don't want to be irrelevant. Let's see what everyone's phobias are.
Oh.
The scientist phobia just showed up, so probably not you, Septimus. Dax's phobia.
That he won't be included in the next
Oh,
Great League for
the-
Humanity.
Oh, that they won't be included, and the chaplain's is that there's no God. Right? Yeah. Let's see.
It's like now I'm just picturing playing this game in the uttermost basic min-max way possible. It's like, okay, the higher being turns to a chaplain and goes, guess what? There's no God.
That's
Score.
not so
Next
easy.
turn.
I think that we look out into the river, and it looks at first sight like a normal, like concrete underwater waste treatment plant. But because Dax is in this form, Dax understands that this river is data. And sees that the data is that the creature that he was dealing with and that he morphed with was like a speck of dust. And can, because now we're not able to perceive this, but now you are able to perceive that creature was nothing but a speck of dust. And this is like a river of data just flowing. It looks like waste treatment to us.
Oh,
Can we take stock of the? Of what
Yeah,
that looks like?
let's take stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect time to do that.
So I flip the cards, so starting with me. Sensory detail of the scene. I think we see this. Yeah, it's like it's like flowing through a floodgate kind of, and totally, it makes sense that the way that the water, like as we approached it, it sounded like water rushing. As we got closer, it became more like the static that was coming out of the dog's mouth. It's just like this wall of white noise.
oh man. I think as you get closer and closer to the wall of static, the noise becomes unbearable, but also you can feel a sort of pressure on your mind. Like it suddenly gets hard to focus on anything as you step forward towards it, and then you step back and your thoughts kind of coalesce again.
Yeah, I think both Septimus and Scott. Septimus always draws forward with gloves on to take a nice sample, and Scott dips their finger in. Like the writer wants to experience this, and the scientist wants to experience this, and we both touch it, but it feels like sand and not water in our hands.
Nice.
I think, Can I throw in? I think Dr. Dax is going to try to merge with it somehow, like connect to it.
Take me with you.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, this is the thing. Okay, I am going to forge a connection to the higher mind.
But it's
here.
not so easy.
No, wait, I never added a thing
I
yet.
know.
Go for it.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
add your thing, and then we'll make it not so easy for him to merge.
Sorry, Heath.
I think it's also, you notice when you look at it, it takes you a minute to figure out what is looking strange about it. But then you realize that it's not, like when you look at a river of water, it's all very random. And this doesn't look random. It's like an organized pattern of flow that's very
It's like a bad
artificial
ocean
almost.
bitmap kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where you're like, bad ocean bitmap, precisely.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Can we do it? Can we do something's not right when he's merging
Yeah.
with it first? Awesome.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do
Something's
that?
not
one?
right.
Sorry.
That's what was so weird about this game is the whole game is nothing's ever right. So it always feels so weird to play at cards. It's like
But
we all four just talked about things that are not right with this. And now
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, I think that Dax. We'll follow the thread of Dax trying to merge before Dax wants to merge. We all, at least we all notice that something is not right about this data.
Yeah.
Other than it gives us like a weird headache, and so we are not wanting to go with it. And then we'll probably hit it's not so easy. But something's not right. Who wanted to trigger the something's not? Does someone have a hit for that?
I think maybe.
well, if you said it, you trigger it, right?
Yeah.
If you're the one that said the card.
do something.
Yeah, and then Mark did, I think.
Oh,
So
Right?
I'll do the first one then. Something's not right. What might be wrong is that the entity that is merged with Dax is being repulsed by the static river. It's pulling it away, and we see the thing that we see that is not right is like him trying to like wrestling with himself to try and go forwards.
I'll say it's worse than that. It looks like he's physically being pulled apart
Yeah,
as
like
the creature pulls away from him, and you can see these like strands thinning out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were. I think you got a trash file.
Oh, no.
You merged with like a trash file, All right.
Yeah, and then the
and it's
the player
not
who
so.
said
Oh,
something's not right incorporates
Oh.
the escalation.
sorry. You
That's
got to
okay.
incorporate.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that. That's like it's even worse.
Yeah.
God.
Maybe he does get pulled apart. Maybe like we're watching him doing this and we can't. It feels dangerous to go help him, and like his body does get pulled apart. Although we can see that like there's but it's not like his arm gets pulled off, his head gets pulled off. It's like a cubic chunk of this part of his face with his eye is floats out and is like looking wildly around and just like is like being disassembled kind of.
Yeah. And I will say that what is left of Dax is like crawling forward towards the river
Yeah.
to try and get.
Nick, did you want to do it not so easy on that
If
one?
that's okay.
on him trying to crawl to the river?
Yeah.
Or merge with whatever
Oh, he's trying to merge with it.
data is.
Yeah, I guess. Do you want to do it to yourself, Peter, since you haven't done one yet?
Sure. I can say that's
Yeah.
not so easy.
You kind of set yourself up for that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I can call it on myself. So yeah, what I am trying to do is crawl towards the river to merge with some of the data or whatever informational entity we are seeing a bit of here. Figuring if it worked once, it can work again, but it is not so easy. And there you go. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Success.
shit. Oh man.
If you're not alone, someone else is mutated. Even worse.
Ah. So
Okay.
someone else gets dragged in.
Oh yeah. Do I narrate how the other person gets
Yeah.
messed up? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you resolve it.
Okay, 1 second. So
Pull up
first
that.
off, for Jax, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna say something like um, electric joints, I think.
Mm.
And that what we're going to see is like the bits that we're missing now have that flowing data stuff going on in them. This confers no particular power or anything, but uh, we just see him he's going to be kind of slowed down by not being properly put together from here on out. But I think the thing that hurts the most is losing. Like, I don't think there is. Yeah, yeah. All he's got now is this no connection to what's now part of him,
Mm.
but just an overwhelming awareness of how much of a speck he is compared to the thing that is squatting at his place, more or less. Um, but as that's going on, I think um, yeah, part of the flow gets shunted off from him, and we'll say that it hits Heath, and that leads to uh, ooh, I'm going to pick Electric and Delirium,
Ooh.
because I think that now I think one of the results of this is bits of knowledge come from this entity that you just know to be true,
Hmm.
but you don't have like steps A through Y to get to this Z that he's presenting. So it's just bits of esoteric weird knowledge that it would be like somebody explaining grad school math with no context to anyone around you or to yourself.
Electric delirium.
Nice.
Great band name.
Delirium 2,
So
Electric Delirium.
yeah. So that resolves the not so easy. Hopefully I wasn't taking things over too much.
No, you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Is there more to the scene after that, or
We could also get a different. Oh no, if I didn't want to prompt. I think that's the end of the scene.
Cool.
It's Mark's
Mark's turn
turn.
next. I'm going to move us to the campfire. That seems like a super intense place that this guy is not comfortable with. This is not a godly place. The expedition rests their weary bones. Beyond this point is the most
Y'all
dangerous
can.
part of the zone. Soon characters will die, but for a few hours we are safe. Go around and
sure will
each
be
share your theories about the nature of the zone. Now is a good time for any unresolved character relationships. This may be your last chance. I think, I think Augustine, Augustine hasn't really been touched by any of this, and has just been observing
true.
this deviltry going on, and we exit the we exit the mechanism that we've been in, and you find this relatively serene spot to sort of rest, and it is dark, so we build a fire. And Augustine is just like really, really quiet about the whole thing. We got this weird electric guy from the labyrinth with his head part coming off and all that. Fungus Foot and Mr. Glowy Head. Augustine is just.
We already have nicknames.
I think after a while he speaks up and says, I know what's going on here, and I know why nothing has affected me yet. I know. I understand now that hell has opened up and has emerged upon this broken world and is corrupting all of those within it without faith. and I thought that I had damned myself, but I see now that my faith is unshakable, and the rest of you will your souls will perish here, and I will walk out a new man. That is my theory about the nature of the zone. And it goes back to poking the fire.
Oh man, I think Watson immediately wants to respond to that and is like, no, the zone is where this intelligence has chosen humanity to never die.
Yeah, you will never die in the lake of fire, that's for sure.
It has the means and has finally punched through our meager reality on Earth to take us to the next place.
Like I said.
And we are the ones chosen to go there.
So we are in agreement, yes.
Indeed.
No. There's no agreement. See, if you understood the way I understand, I don't have the. It is. I'm convinced. It is science. It's just a science we don't understand yet. I mean, magic at one point, all magic throughout time was just science we did not yet understand. Now, me and Dax, we understand. While Scott and Augustine, you just don't understand yet that you're God. It's as irrelevant as what I previously knew to be science. Science, God, both concepts totally devoid of any kind of meaning when we're in a place like this where all the knowledge is coming at us so fast like a waterfall.
A smooth voice, really sped up. I couldn't tell if you were going to be one of those chaplains, Augustine, and turns out you are. I followed your story. And I'm sorry for what happened to you and all the homophobia. And yes, I will agree with the part that says that you following your desires does not mean you should die in a lake of fire, but I have bad news for you. All of this world, everything around us is chaos and meaninglessness, unless they're pacing the whole time so that they don't get rooted. Slurp. Unless there's an observer. Science almost has it, religion almost has it, but really it's just different ways of thinking about, and business too. Just different ways of thinking about story. In a meaningless world, we are the machines that make meaning. And so, no, as much as you try to understand it, yes, that is the truth, but that does not make your truth better than anyone else's. It's all still a bunch of bullshit, but we have to admit it's quite exciting bullshit, which is why I came in for it. I was so tired of the world out there. At least this is something beyond what we've seen before. Literally tried everything.
Maybe not everything.
I'm sure you couldn't afford everything. Sorry, Dr. Dax.
It was perfect.
We're on the same wavelength, Augustine.
Well, I'll pray for you when I get out.
You really think you're getting out?
I know I am. End scene.
Well, then I think then it'll be up to you to tell our story.
Peter's the next director.
Peter.
Oh, get past halfway. It's a great time. Oh, check in. This is a great time to take a short break. Take 5, maybe?
Yeah, let's take
I love breaks.
Boom. Way to build breaks into the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yay.
We'll come back in 5-ish.
Dig it.
Game with breaks built in. myself as an example to others. Yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
It feels a little bit rushed sometimes, I think.
I know. I was like, oh, I like the. It feels also different than the genre.
Yeah.
And the genre is like Lovecraftian,
Yeah.
slow and creepy. Whereas this is like.
It's like, you got tail now.
It was like, yeah, the mutations are like not quite what it is, and then like Peter could just like die there. It's like, oh, okay, you're done.
Yeah, like
Like it doesn't feel like it hits the tone.
the Hannah, like, we are the main characters and there are other people along with us that could die terribly.
Yeah, well, I was like, was Augustine? Yeah, because I was like, Augustine is the main character.
Yeah, for now.
Sucks.
Might be dead next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like just randomly chooses who dies. Like, okay, you're dead now.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, I think the next.
No, I just feel like that you were like not touched yet. It seems like how a main character would be treated.
Oh yeah. My game.
I'm like the cool one, but I'm also like a murderer. I murdered. I think in my mind, Scott did like a Crime and Punishment and was like, wonder what I would feel. And it was like, I'm gonna write a novel. I'm gonna write Crime and Punishment, but really do a murder. And then got found. Like it was like a combination of Crime and Punishment in Cold Blood. You're like, this isn't a fiction. Like I usually write fiction, but it was my first time.
Oh, maybe you got like, instead of going to court, they're like, the army's like, hey, we need somebody to go in. Since you're going to the chair anyway.
Yeah, that's how they got me. They were like, we need someone to do some stories.
You'll be dead next week anyway, so.
Yeah, because I was gonna, yeah.
You wanna go with a bang?
And I was like, fucking thrill seeker.
Yeah.
Oh, since there's no more rules in the fridge, I'm just gonna take the top shelf. Do you hear me?
What?
I said, since there's no more rules in the fridge, I'm just gonna take all the shelves.
Okay.
No, order is helpful.
Is there room?
No,
Yeah.
just take your stuff out of the fridge.
Oh, no, you can't do that. There are some rules.
No rules.
We're not animals.
These characters are good.
Yeah. It's got the trophy thing where the characters come together really quickly.
Really helpful for quick creation.
What's that?
The character creator is really helpful.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I just watched it in the Mood for Love, and there was an editor in it, so I'm gonna be like a writer, dude. I was like, oh, okay, there we are.
I'm sorry you didn't see the whole thing at the beginning.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on. I'm glad I figured it out though. I almost didn't figure it out until you said chaplain, and I was like, there's no chaplain. What are you talking about?
Pizza Palace.
Oh, I need to go to the Pizza Palace. I'll go to the Pistorium. Did you enjoy your visit?
Yep. Palatial.
Palatial.
Ready to die, sinners?
Let's do this. That.
Emote. Visit the toilets.
That's the next card.
You're all in the
Sewers,
toilet
toilet.
now.
Something's not right.
I think it was the fish I had. No, we got a little up for Uzis. There we go.
The toilet has one of those buttons that's for a small amount of flush or for a large amount of flush, and the UI is very. Move us to the office.
Speaking of,
There's a big button.
when I the internet is bad.
Mine too. There we go.
There it is.
There's some freezing going on. Okay, I'll move us to the office.
It's chilly. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, perfect. I cannot be stopped by not so easy cards. Only another player asking to claim. Okay, I'm gonna accept my fate because that's perfect. Blam. So I must die here somehow.
After being a
Okay.
dick. Good.
I am the
Okay,
director. My
Oh, that makes you the director?
Yeah, when you die, you get to be the director.
Oh, cool. I'm out. Oh, ow. Sorry, I'm okay.
It is the
I
office.
gestured and
Red
the surface of my
filter.
desk was in.
I think, although I love number one, I think it makes number three makes sense. Charts cover the walls, and data still streams into specialized displays. Scientific instruments hum, and whatever they tracked here, it was important. Cool. Get scene prompt. Meet a creature that seems to have the same obsession. And for the record, my obsession is to prove science wrong.
Yeah, I'm having some issues. I'm gonna move over.
Well, it was
closer to
Mark
the
too. It was
router.
both of you that
Yeah,
time.
both
I
of
mean-
you froze.
You both froze.
Yeah, maybe it's not my location. Maybe it's just our house.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Haunted internet.
Do I need to repeat any of that, or did we get it?
I learned that
didn't-
you're gonna. I know you're gonna die, and there's a lot of data on the walls.
And the scene
That's
prompt
it.
is we're meeting a creature that seems to have my same obsession, which is to
Or-
prove science wrong.
Oh, I guess it could be for anybody's obsession, but yeah, probably yours, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got it. I'm caught up. Thank you.
Is it real, and how do I find out? Yeah, so I think we enter this office building, which is the next logical place to go to after the campfire to get further into the zone. And yeah, the same way that the sewers were like mega, like the pornography of industrialism, this is the same way for like data visualization. It's kind of like Severance E, all the computers displaying data in really weird ways. And the creature,
Ooh, I'll do a something's not right about the
Yeah.
data.
yeah.
And I'll say that, but something's not right means something is inherently wrong. I'll say something's not right. We recognize aspects of the data that are about us. We see our names occasionally flash in our images.
Nice.
Oh, it's worse than that. Because among that data, we also see Augustine's name deceased.
Yeah, we see his data stream end.
Ooh, yeah. Perfect. Great.
And then we start to try to figure out where ours are going to end.
Forget him. What about me?
Okay.
And I think this is mildly disturbing to me, but I am unwavering. And as we
Your data stream will continue in the next world.
yeah, as we proceed, I think we see kind of like a cluster of cubicles with workers in like 1950s white shirt, tie,
Oh.
slick black hair, horn rimmed glasses, working like in a little floor pod.
1960s NASA.
Yeah, and they are like just focused on their terminals. And as we approach, they don't waver, but we do see that they are not sitting in chairs, but there's like 4 bodies coming up out of a central like fleshy mass underneath the cubicles.
Flesh blob.
And I would like to take stock of this.
Oh, sure.
Starting with me, adding a sensory detail. I think the most obvious detail is just the like super intense clicking sound of the
So they're not.
the 4 figures banging on the keyboards.
So there are 4 people, but they're not sitting in chairs. They're sitting on like a fleshy mound.
They're like four
Yes.
torsos coming out of this mound that sits under the.
Okay.
There are four things coming off the same creature.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to visualize it. Cool. Thank you. There's a clicking
Yeah,
sound.
they're banging away on their little keyboards.
And fairly regularly, one of the torsos whispers death in that same way where the sound carries at a very low volume, no matter whatever other noises are around.
Nice.
And it distinctly smells of burning hair and flesh in this room.
And we each feel a different way. Those of us who have had near-death experiences have sensory images wave over us of those moments, but we just feel growing dread. And it's electric dread in the same way that the electric delirium, where
Nice.
it's like anxiety where you're like, did I forget to do something? But you're like, did I forget? It's like, am I dead and I forgot, or am I?
Yeah.
So there's like this dread that something bad has happened, but you can't quite
Place
connect
it in
it.
time, maybe.
Yeah, you can't place it
Yeah.
in time, and you're not sure when or what.
I think Watson wants to come forward and try and get more information out of these people. And I think it's with ill-fated confidence that he just kind of swaggers forward and says, look, you clearly have the data on all of us. So let us know what happened here and how do we avoid it? Because we need to keep our party going.
Yeah, I think the like one of them turns around and like their head kind of like morphs around while its fingers keep clicking.
No.
And it like looks at you and then looks over at me and says, "That's what's wrong. See, the science says that he should be dead, but he's not dead. Therefore, this data is wrong somehow. And I don't know if it's the source or the way we're processing it, or if this whole thing just needs to restart. But he's not dead, and this says that he is. So clearly, something's wrong.
Okay,
with
whatever
this
you do,
data.
don't reboot it.
I think-
I don't know what that means.
I think I can possibly be of assistance to you. And I turn towards Augustine. You see, it does all come down to science. They understand what you need to do, he says in his most dulcet, slick voice tones to the chaplain. You need to come and touch the spot, and then you'll understand. Just come and just touch it with a single finger, and you'll see.
I'm not engaging in your deviltry. This this person here has it right. All of this is a sham. That you're being blinded by this science.
You know, it's not so easy for you to resist my slick voice.
As Scott's been pacing this whole time as usual.
Slurp,
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 slurp.
slurp. And it's like, humans love to make patterns out of data. We can make patterns out of anything. This could just be a coincidence that Augustine saw his name in this. It doesn't have to be this way, or there could be a twist.
My voice is smoother than the voice of God.
I doubt that. Let's see. Ha! It is. And yeah, I think Augustine just laughs and rebukes you. Says, you think that you know everything, but you know nothing. Your mind is as clouded by this poison as anything else. And as I'm wagging my finger at it, I think the mutation is that my finger starts just sort of like dissolving into the same stuff we saw in the data stream in there, and I'm just like continuing to castigate you as it's just like it's like a very very slow snap, just like only into like matrixy stuff, and it's like I'm telling you, I'm the only one walking out of this hellish place, and you will all see, and the arm is gone. And I just doesn't realize it. And the creatures at the terminals all smile in unison as I just
wider than they should.
Yeah. Their mouth looked kind of like the dog mouth when it descended. And like the last thing that goes is my voice just saying, and I'll see you in hell.
Just quoting Bible verses was the last thing we hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess something like God said the word, and the word is the last thing that.
Augustine, are you in the what?
Nope.
That's what happens when you resist science.
And the more serious challenge, I think, that happens because of that, is the office creatures are like, cool, check, and their screens all start going green by my name, and then they. Like the one is focused on like clearing up my record and setting it straight, and the other three are kind of like looking at you and trying to figure out which one is next.
Oh no!
Let's get out of here.
And I will die and end the scene.
The
The chaplain is now one with the zone. Continue taking turns, but Birchwood's humanity ends here. I get a free not so easy card to use in the final judgment. Ba-bow! What happens after death? Once your character dies, you transition
the board changes.
To embodying the zone. You still take normal turns as director, use all the moves and so on. Now is the chance to focus on fully creating the weird, magical, and horrible situations for the remaining players. Check in on their phobias and obsessions so you can incorporate them into scenes. Got it.
Yeah, I think Scott is like, that won't happen to me. I won't become one with this fucking data.
A rule thing that's confusing me.
Yeah.
Did we? So I thought I clicked not so easy. Did you click it as well, or did it go to you because it was your turn when I clicked not so easy?
I think the person who is doing the thing clicks the button, but anyone can call it.
Yeah, I was just confused. This game confuses me in many ways. Not that it matters. It's still fun. But... yeah, right. Okay, I'm going to start my turn. Whoa. Ooh, shouldn't be that big of a hard of a decision.
You're all gonna
but it
die.
kind of is. I know. That kind of makes me want to move on, but also it's like.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more locations. So.
We'll move to the mansion.
Let's get out of here. I don't want to become.
No.
Septimus Bayless
Oh,
must die in the coming
Septimus.
scene. Cannot be stopped by not so easy cards. I will accept my fate.
No, I think Nick got frozen.
But I didn't hear.
Now you're even
what he
more the
said.
director.
I'm double director.
I turned into the data.
There they are.
I could hear you, Mark, in the other room, but
I could hear you too, but I couldn't hear
anything
anything there.
it's like maybe we could just tell each other. Oh, sorry about our internet.
Yeah, we're going with this.
Yeah.
Mansion is a jagged icon of modern architecture smashed into the landscape. Utterly. Iconoclast lived here. Let's get a scene. Prompt.
Unless it's in Mark's neighborhood.
Calculating.
I bet Dax loves this place.
A creature
Oh, yeah.
presents a character with an irresistible temptation. What is this creature like? Whose obsession does the creature try to tempt with? And how? I've
I
got
bet it's the
ideas.
Scientist.
Character. Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah. I'm just taking a look at people's obsessions that are left, including. Right. Well, first, I do want to take stock of this weird
Modern architecture mentioned.
modern architecture smashed into landscape thing. Definitely, like, you know, the first thing we notice is you know, rising, like there's sort of earth and mountains and hills and things are quite, I mean, natural for here, but still like weird. But then this particular buildings are jutting up. First off, they're not like built on it; they're almost like melded, to where you can't really tell where how's a building just come out of the hill. Weird. And there are, you know, the just glass and metal boxes, as all building, you know, modern art buildings tend to be now. Just cubes of glass and metal that, if you saw them in, you know, in a modern city, would not look at all out of place. But here, just a whiplash of the senses.
Mhm. I think there's a lot of. Yeah, I think the lighting is too bright in the house. Like you would expect it to have like recessed lighting and soft white light, but it's very harsh and you can sense a faint flicker to it.
Hmm.
So it feels almost a little like a greenhouse or something. And it's steadily upsetting. This constant humming, harsh light.
And the lawn is breathing. It's got this like carpet, seems to be kind of rippling and inhaling and exhaling, and you can hear the
Hmm.
Helix got a little rattle in its breath too,
Oh, it's
as
sick.
if it has a cold.
I think, although it's in this sort of, it's incongruous in this wooded area, when you move to different parts around or in the house, you actually hear like city noises. There's traffic over here, and you move to this other room, and like there's an airplane going over outside. You move over here, you hear like harbor bells and ship noises.
Excellent. We should continue on with that. And then I'm actually going to. Something's not right as well, right off the bat.
Oh no!
Boom.
What?
What?
But it's
As
just
you're
a
all-
nice house.
As
Oh,
you're
yeah,
all
I
looking
guess-
around,
I guess I could have given normal sensory things instead of breathing grass.
you've all been taking it in. And now when you look, you turn back to be like, wow, you know, and start discussing it. And Septimus is now in the attire of the workers from the last room,
Ah!
Mm.
with that same smile on his face. And it's like,
Uh,
Well, I'll just leave it at that, and then someone
Yeah.
else can
can make it
worsen
worse.
Yeah.
It's worse than that. Your body is also starting to melt into the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, can I throw in something
Like turning
that
into
we
It's
see?
even worse than that.
We see three little proto Septimuses starting to grow out of the lump.
Love it.
Exactly.
Barely perceptible smiles.
Yes, we do.
Nice.
So
Now
yes, and
incorporate that into your story.
the three proto Septimuses that are now kind of the way he's locomoting, in that they're doing that sort of warpy thing
Mhm.
that the other entities have done, but they're doing it like on the ground, where it's sort of like warp, 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 sort of
Oh, no.
becoming one with the ground in a rolling manner when you need to move. And Septimus turns to Scott. I was like, Scott, you are the closest to understanding, and the only one left of us who has not yet had a taste of the understanding the zone has to offer. And if you did, you're probably the only one of us who has the words to express the knowledge the zone has to
They
offer.
should have sent a poet.
I understand, but I can't express it. It's beyond my tongue's ability to express. But you, if you understood, then you could express it in a way that would change the world, Scott.
I hear that, and I agree wholeheartedly. And I'm realizing that a crucial part of that plan involves me leaving this place. So I think I'm just gonna keep pacing around so I don't become fixed to the earth like some other
God.
of us have. And I think I'll just take my shallow understanding into the. I'll tell your story, buddy, and just like gives him like
On the back.
a sloppy pat on the back, and it's like, yeah, you seem happy.
The smile gets wider,
Oh, I
It's
think
like-
he's gone.
and the voice, still slick, a little more creepy.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like- But Scott, you
Yeah, I
All
feel
you
like it's not
all you
so
have to
easy
do
for me
is-
to get away from him.
just gotta touch it,
Nice.
Scott, right here, the glowy
Yeah.
bit on my head. Just touch it, and you'll understand.
Not so easy not to listen to the smooth voice. Why did we give him a smooth voice?
Oh.
Just have my faith.
Yeah, so Scott's like trying to be like, yeah, but I would have survived to tell this. I think I've got enough story. There's been enough weird shit. But then he uses the voice on me, and the glow is so alluring.
It's like an anglerfish.
And so what I want to happen is to avoid this thing
To walk away
And-
from the mansion.
and walk away from the mansion. But let's see. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, all right.
But being able to get away from this immediately triggers a much more serious challenge. If it's a creature, it's not their final form.
Oh, so that would be me,
Yeah.
Oh.
not being in my
Yeah.
final form.
Oh my gosh. I think what happens is that you then
I'm a Pokemon.
melt into the earth and say, I'll see you later. And we're like, no.
Oh, can I add something, or
Yeah.
suggest something? Maybe he is turning into one of the houses. Like he sinks into the ground, and then like the ground starts.
Yeah,
like,
then you start
getting little,
seeing
like-
a house
Yeah.
grow up. Yeah. He's a tiny house right now, but he'll get bigger in a bit.
It's got nice glowing lights inside.
Yeah.
Three little proto houses nearby.
Beautiful breathing lawn. And yeah. So there's a house, and we're like, oh gosh, those are scarier now.
They're made of
All
people.
right, back to you, Director Heath.
And as you resist, and he's slowly transforming into the house, you're like, you just need more time to understand. And that's when you see that the house is trying to form around you all so that you
Yeah.
can't leave.
Oh no.
I'm imagining that like that is where we have to be next. Is that the house is?
Yeah,
including
whether or
us.
not you get out, that's up to you, because that's his death/transformation, is trying to become the house that you are trapped in. And that's the end of that.
The scientist is now
Yeah.
one with the zone.
I am one with the zone. I'm a big
Permanently
modern glass house.
It's my turn.
It's Nick.
Go, Nick, go.
The expedition is at the mansion, which is now a different mansion.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we have to do another scene in this mansion now that but now we're stuck in this new house that Septimus is. We're stuck in the Septimus house.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's just the two of us. Okay, so it's Dr.
Well.
Dr. Dax Intangible. There is a betrayal. Who would be hurt most by a betrayal? What feels necessary about this betrayal? Let's
They're
see.
both
So
good.
yeah, either way works really well. I think Scott is just really focused on surviving because this will be the story of their life, and we'll get them off death row. If they come back, they're allowed to go free. And so they are very intent on surviving no matter what. So I think I'm willing to turn you in, but you also have some good motives.
Well, Dax just wants to get in good with whatever entity is in charge of this.
And I think that Scott is like, you know what? It sounds like you are happy here.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Is Dax being betrayed by the entity?
Oh no.
I think that Scott's willing to betray Dax. And is like, looks like, buddy, if you perish here, you get your wish.
Is his
and
thinking,
if
or their thinking, sorry.
when I'm gone, and I think Scott's like, when I'm gone, it'll have to be something else doing you in. But while I'm here, it could be at least a friend.
And so, yeah, what does the betrayal look like then?
Oh yeah, I guess I was thinking that was the betrayal, being willing to kill you. But maybe it's not a betrayal. Yeah.
Could you communicate to the house? Or
let's take stock of the house.
Yeah, let's take stock and see what's around us. But I think that Scott, I think that's the gist of it, is that Scott is trying to be like, let's get rid of Dax, and I'd like to go home now.
So starting with me, every player adds a sensory detail about the scene.
So this is our new house.
Yeah, you're inside the what's his name house?
Glass house within a glass house.
Yeah.
Septimus house.
The Septimus
house.
house.
Septimansion.
I heard you like houses.
And I think an obvious thing would be that you can see the walls still growing and changing around you, and maybe that makes you a little bit more frantic.
I'll say a door opens, revealing a very cozy bedroom with a bed, and you see a lamp pop on, and a little smart speaker on a bedside table starts playing like a music box, Rockabye Baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And as you're searching for ways out, since there's no doors, you start feeling the glass walls, but they feel like flesh still. They look like glass, feel like flesh.
Yeah, and we feel the air conditioner come on, but it feels like breath.
Disgusting.
It's like a little humid and
too warm.
Too warm. Yeah, I think that Scott is going to try to convince Dr. Dax to get in the bed. Because he's like, you know what? You are probably really tired. I think maybe that's I don't know if that's betrayal. Maybe I'm
gonna not so easy that, just because again, Dax is, and this is again Dax being like, no, you don't understand. The whole point of our mission was so that I could get to the center of this and achieve whatever lies beyond the zone. I'm not going to do that lying in a bed.
It seems like we've come far enough. God, it's already beyond our comprehension. Just take a nap, man. I'll watch over you.
And then there's
I can't go to sleep anyway.
And that's a Nick trying to
And
convince as
player
not so
doing
easy.
the not so easy thing. Click here to draw the card.
Oh yeah, so is that you?
That's you.
Yeah. All right, that's
Yeah.
you because you're trying to do the not so easy thing.
In
Oh,
convincing
okay.
him.
Okay, yeah. But you get it. All right. Oh, I convince you and the zone mutates me in a helpful way. Oh gosh. I think I'm the fucking weird anti-hero here. Yeah, so I start making the bed look really appealing, and it like molds like flesh as I'm like making it. And I'm like, look, man, I can't go to sleep, but you can, and one of us needs to get some rest. But like I'm pretty sure that this bed's gonna eat you.
Of course.
So
Evil
I'm
bed-
like
bed
rolling,
lady.
I'm like squishing the stuff back and getting the speaker to play like night like white noise. How does it mutate me?
In a helpful.
So we get you settled in the bed.
Yeah. And I probably figure it's a way of communing with the intelligence.
Yeah, and you can.
I-
I'll let you figure out what that does to you or
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Sounds like you're probably not going to die, but then it does something. So this mutates you. Is that me? It mutates me in a
It
helpful
mutates
way,
you,
or it
yes.
mutates you,
Yeah.
or would it make sense to mutate Dr. Dax in a
Well,
helpful
no,
way?
because it says
Mutates you, yeah.
the card says not so easy for Nick.
I think
So-
Okay.
Dax just dreams and has terrifying visions of the intelligence beyond the zone.
Yeah. Okay. So you're dreaming, and then
Oh, you
I'm-
while he's sleeping.
then I'm like, oh, guess I gotta watch over you. It didn't kill you. And so now I have
Stinky Pete.
an obsession, stinky obsession,
Halitosis.
and a helpful one. So
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna get. Let's see this. Mimic seems helpful, or chameleon. I think I'm able to chameleon a little bit.
Ooh.
My yeah, I think as I'm playing, as I'm like you're sleeping and so I'm just like fucking around the house, I learn that I can match the colors
Oh, sure.
in the wall around me if I need to, and I can become invisible.
Hmm.
All right. And then, yeah, so you see me playing around with that as you're sleeping. And then as you're awaking, you can see me kind of come back into normal
It's just a story. What did I just see?
normal flesh. Yeah. I betrayed you by getting you to take a nap.
Nap time.
Nap time. Does that feel complete, or does anyone else need any other thing there?
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
End scene.
I seen.
It's my turn.
Mark.
Mark.
All right.
Start turn. We're gonna move to the village.
Oh shit.
Oh, dang!
I'm the winner.
Winner. Chicken
Can I
winner.
claim
I'm
this?
gonna get out of here, and I'm
Because
gonna
your
write
character
such
is
a
already
good book.
dead.
Accept fate. Oh, and now I'm the director.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Let's see. The village. It's either vibrant green overgrowth, has reclaimed architecture, eerily calm, every building perfectly preserved. Yeah, or a charred devastation. I'm going to pick number 2. Eerily calm, every building perfectly preserved 30 years later. It's as if the inhabitants could be just around the corner.
Ugh.
Prompt. You encounter an incredibly dangerous anomaly. What makes this
Touch it.
anomaly dangerous? Why must
Lick
you go
it.
through it anyway?
Lick the anomaly.
Lick the boundary.
Anomalic.
Taste the biscuit. What makes this anomaly dangerous, and why must you go through it anyway? I'm going to say that we can see the forest from where we are, but there is another boundary in between us and that.
Mm.
And while the previous boundary felt sort of welcoming in different ways, this is the exact opposite. It's sort of their version of the think tank warning messages
Yeah.
for nuclear waste.
This is not a place of
nothing
honor.
of it's nothing of value is buried here. Um, and I will take stock on it and point out that as the two of us try to approach the boundary, it seems to physically resist our motion. Like we seem to get heavier as we walk towards it.
Hmm. And I think as like a reverse mirror of the original boundary, you can feel and also see like fingers pressing into your flesh, like trying to
Oh.
push you away. Too many fingers.
And another mirror is that you feel that things are too close to you.
Oh yeah.
Like we keep turning sideways because we think the trees are coming in too close to us. But then it changed. It's like a weird mirror house.
Nice.
Did somebody say a sight thing already? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Again,
There's the distance.
this
And it's poopy colored.
yeah, it looks like poop.
No,
No.
it's snakes.
Smells like feet. No, I'm kidding.
The fragrant void.
As you kind of, initially you just
Crossover.
perceive it as a barrier, but then as you kind of look at it closer and scrutinize it, it looks like a membrane like it's got veins in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it looks like a biological membrane that's slightly pinkish color, still translucent where you can see through it, but like little veins, and it just kind of makes you not want to go near it or touch it. You're like, that looks like we're in somebody's stomach or something.
We are in a uterus. This is a sac.
And I think
That's the zone secret.
I think Dax pulls out it looks like what a scalpel might look like in a science fiction movie. It like lights up and has a little like laser beam in it. It just swaggers forward and starts cutting through the membrane.
Oh my gosh.
That's not so easy.
It'll be fine, guys. Just using technology to solve our problems.
Super easy. What are you talking about? Laser scalpel on a membrane?
So what I wanted to happen was cutting the membrane with a laser scalpel and getting access to the forest. Yes, but the zone mutates you in a way that can be hidden from the others. Oh, man. Let me think for a second.
Ooh.
Stinky feet. No, that
Can't be
could
hidden.
I think it's just an emotional thing. Like,
Aww.
because he is cutting
some.
into this thing that he's so connected to, he's now overwhelmed with terror and grief. And he's kind of like holding together his usual, like, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to solve all of this. But emotionally, but I still need to kill him off somehow, but I'm sure we can do that shortly.
Eyes of a broken heart.
So yeah, I think that's the mutation at this point. But the scene is not over until I get killed.
Yeah, and then should we say as you cut through it, something is not right?
Sure.
Is that appropriate there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
I agree with this plan.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't have a hit though. I just wanted something to not be right. Yeah, as you open it up, it just looks like we're looking into a mirror. So you open it up and you come face to face with yourself.
Oh.
And you can see a Scott behind you.
Oh, and it's worse than that.
It's worse than that.
Because the mirror Dex, he smiles where Dax is not. Dax is just barely holding it together, and he smiles
sure.
that big smile. His mouth distends.
And yeah, okay, cool. So I now have a giant mouthed mirror
And then Nick incorporates that
into.
Oh, into mine. Yeah. I mean that is incorporated, right? The smile, and then the smile, creepy smiley Dax flourishes a hand and holds it out to you.
Okay, I think Dax trusts himself more than anything, even with the
Yes.
crazy. Um, yeah, and I think he turns once back to normal world Scott and says, "You see, in the end, I can always count on myself."
N2.
And he steps forward, and I do think, yeah, alternate Dax just chews him. And there's just lots of blood everywhere. And
Oh gosh.
Nice.
Okay.
that I'm dying and ending the scene.
In a gory way.
You're
The
so dead.
entrepreneur is one with the zone.
As are all the cool people.
You died, but it's far from over. Okay.
I'm gonna step away from this boundary rip.
Oh, and it's my turn next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I guess because it was Mark's, and then you took it because you died, and now it's your
Yeah.
turn.
We're still in the village at this point, I feel. Someone thinks they found a way to accomplish their obsession.
Who could it be?
Yeah. I think I'm like found some. Like I'm like I gotta write this shit down.
Yeah.
Like just in case. Like they may
Oh.
not find. Like I may not make it out, but I need to find that. I need to like get this stuff down.
Oh, your
I think-
obsession is a muse that will get you writing again. Perfect.
Oh, a muse.
Well-
Yeah.
I think like some of the possessions have been shaken out from Dax's body, and one of them is a small radio that crackles to life, and you hear a voice saying, "We barely got a connection through. Can you describe to us what you've seen here, or what's happened here?
Yes.
This is the first message we've punched through. We will broadcast this widely."
Yes.
Maybe like behind the static of the radio, there's also static in the voice.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and I think I just tell it everything, but from my like a very my point of view.
Yeah.
And so after we saw Milkshake, so I just take him through everything, but only from
Yeah.
my point of view.
Yeah.
And then the bed didn't eat him, but here we are. And then he ate himself, so it worked out. And yeah, that's pretty much how we are now. I've just been like kind of cuddling the radio and talking to it.
and something's not right.
Something is not right.
Something is not right. I think what is wrong is that in addition to the voices being staticky, as you describe things like turning into the cubicle guy or being eaten, the voices keep like urging you to describe it in more graphic detail.
Ooh.
And they're just like, oh, how much, like, describe how the flesh ripped when the teeth went into him. Describe.
Can I make it worse than that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're another player.
Sorry. Were you done?
No, go for it.
Sorry, I got excited.
Yeah.
It's worse than that because Scott exaggerates, and and they're asking me to describe these things because now they are appearing around me. And so
Yeah.
I started to tell the truth, much of my own fiction writing. Like I started off with the real story, and then I was like, and then I tried to save him. I tried to save him, but he sank into the ground and turned into, and so like I'm over exaggerating, and now I'm at a part where it's like, and then we were sailing across a river of, and then I came out of a river of my friend's blood, and then I look around me and I see that there's actually a river of blood forming. So it's taking my data and just using it to create reality around me.
And incorporating that escalation, I think, means through the boundary that you're still near. Maybe as you're walking along, the mirror Scott is kind of walking
Just
along
talking
with
to it, walking along.
you, and he's also holding a radio, but it looks like he's listening and not talking. Almost like
Yeah.
you're talking to him.
Yeah.
Right. I think I know how I want the scene to end, but
Yeah, and you don't have to have it not
Yeah.
so easy to end the scene. It can just be like,
oh no, I
Oh,
was
that's-
just a
that's
simple
true.
thing of I think alternate Bizarro Scott turns off their radio, sets it down, dusts their hands off, and says, that's an excellent story. Come along," and holds out a hand to you.
All right.
And I will end that scene there.
nice.
Pew, pew, pew. I'm taking my turn.
Claim your turn.
Then the two Scots happily move on to the forest.
Nice.
We're linked arm in arm, skipping to the
Tra-la-la.
Two
forest.
Scots. There's the sitcom theme playing in the
Two
background.
Scots. Two
One
Scots.
Scott is great, but two Scots is better.
Great,
For
great
the
Scott.
stars.
Two Scots.
Two Scots is filmed before live studio.
Atlanta.
Hmm.
Oh, and then we go to a forest.
Yeah.
Bulging mushroom-laced trunks.
Very sexual.
Good evening.
All good. They're all very nice. I'm gonna go with this one.
Yeah, dust.
Golden light permeates this ethereal birch forest, all whites and bright red fall foliage. Shimmering dust seems to follow you.
Nice to get a breather.
An alliance is formed.
Well,
It's me and my
Which-
mirror, Scott.
Two
Scott,
characters
Scott.
need each other the most, and what
gonna learn
makes
a
their
valuable
partnership difficult.
And
We
if-
love each other
if
too
this is
much.
not working, you can also get a different prompt. If
No, I saw that,
Scott,
but I
Scott,
think we can make it
Scott.
work, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I
can,
think that
I
I
can
tr-
actually think of a couple of ways to make it work.
I do think that after that last scene, I do trust my mirror, Scott. And then I'm like, all right, see me, buddy.
Scott against the world.
Scott squared.
Scott's, yeah.
So you, you're both
And
like bouncing ideas off each other, like the best brainstorming session ever.
And I feel like he's running around like a little kid, like kind of scampering around and hiding.
Yes, and like you'll throw something out, and then he'll like up it. It's like Leonard McCartney. You keep making each other better.
Oh, yeah,
The
great idea,
suggestions.
man.
And like, you'll describe a scene and you're like, oh, but what about if instead of like just dark forest, what if it's like a gnarled, foreboding forest? Oh yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good. Great.
yeah. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to. We say it at the same time. Nobody needs to know.
There's definitely something not right about
Oh, good.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what makes it difficult. Is that something is not right about this? Yeah.
And you are, so you're enjoying this, but in the midst of all this,
Oh.
you kind of think, but wait a minute, we're in the middle of the zone, and you're me, or am I you? And you suddenly, you're not sure which you is you, because now
Oh.
you can kind of perceive. I mean, they're both you, so you're like, you are having a crisis of confidence. So what's I think specifically what's not right is now you're not sure which of these two Scots you are.
And sorry, does someone else have a hit? I have a hit
Yeah, go
on
for
it's
it.
worse.
Oh, if you have a hit, I'll say this.
Yeah, it's worse than that because there's a few people that have come back from the zone and they haven't been right. Like you can't really get information out of them, and they've all had to be kind of taken
Put
care of for the
down.
rest of their lives. And so I think Scott is yeah, they all have to be put down. And Scott is remembering that part and is like, Oh no, you can't be the one that leaves.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I want to imagine that they've like somebody comes back and they run some kind of test, and then there are like claxons and errors and warning lights, and like an entire team comes in to execute as quickly as possible. They haven't
It's
named
Like
actually-
their DNA is the wrong way around. It's
Yeah,
flipped.
left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I
that
think that I'm not sure if I'm the copy now. Yeah, like
Right.
you said.
And that was the worst in it, right? Is that
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, worse than that is that I also know that if I'm the copy or if I'm
can't
not the
go back.
copy, one of us goes back. One of us doesn't go
But
back.
both of you think that you're the one that needs to go back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But now, because
we'll have to
you
kill each other,
be-
even though we love
so
each
now,
other.
to incorporate this back
Oh,
in,
you have to kill the other one.
I
Yeah,
know
even though
now,
it's
and part of my incorporation is that you're still confused now about identity and which one you are, that you're not sure if you need to kill the other Scott or kill yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Because part of you thinks, oh, I think I'm really the other Scott. And the other Scott's making me think I'm this Scott. So it's like the
Yeah.
wine scene in
I
Princess
don't want to
Bride.
I don't want to mess it up for him. Yeah.
Why would I choose the wine in front of you? But why would I choose the wine in front of me?
Knowing
I'm-
the other Scott is having the same mental
You're not going to trick me. I'll kill
Or is
myself.
he?
So yeah, you know that you only get one chance at which one.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we're doing.
doing.
And
Alliance.
I'm definitely.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just going to jump straight to. It's not so easy to decide which one of you.
Yeah, I think I have the weird scalpel thing, and I'm like, you, me, you,
Mhm.
me. And the other Scott is like
You're gonna.
going along with it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, puts his chest up to the scalpel. And It's
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, it's me. No, man, I couldn't kill you though. You're my best friend.
Oh no.
You understand me better than anybody ever has.
Definitely the hardest decision you've made. You feel like only one of you can come walking out of here. Which one?
Not so easy.
Not easy to kill
Um,
someone else or yourself.
So it's not so. So I want. What do I want to do?
That's a good question.
You want to figure out which one is the
Yeah.
right one, right?
I want to figure out which one's the right one. But
There you go.
does that give me the does that help me with when the card is flipped?
I think so because, I guess if you succeed, you'll know who you truly are,
Mhm.
and if you don't succeed,
Yeah,
then you
that's
will
true.
not know which one is you. I guess,
Okay, yeah. So
right?
I want to know. I guess I want to know which one's the right one and kill the wrong one.
Yeah.
yeah. Or which one
So-
is truly you?
Which
Because
lets
it's
you
very
be like,
confusing now.
Either you know you're the right one and you kill the other one, or you don't, but you're unable to kill the wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the card.
Right? Does that make sense? Okay. No.
Oh, it's too confusing.
No.
It's too confusing. You can't. You
Yeah.
now feel yourself as two people and perceive as both people at the same time. So you're like, you feel you are both these people equally.
Their consciousness.
And
And
the
you
zone
can't-
dictates you.
Yeah. And
And
create a
Oh,
much
and-
more serious
yeah.
problem, which must be immediately dealt with.
A serious problem that could be dealt with. Yeah. So both conscious. So I can now perceive with both. Let's see this mutation shit. Something that's gonna create some problems.
Problem.
A much more serious
Um,
problem which must be immediately dealt with.
And because I couldn't decide and I couldn't figure out, I was like, well, we'll just figure it out whenever. Obviously, I'm experiencing both of us. We'll just think on it a little bit more. But I realized that the tips of my fingers are starting to rot
Hmm.
and it's spreading.
Well, that's a problem that must be dealt with immediately.
It has to be dealt with immediately. And I think I have to chop.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think it starts on my left hand, and so
Is
I've
it
been
a-
able to deal with the mycelium, but with this, I have the scalpel.
I'm curious.
Oh,
Is it only one of you that has rotting fingers, or do both of you have rotting fingers?
I think I perceive it as both of us.
Then maybe
Does the audience perceive it as both of you?
No,
Yeah.
no, the audience perceives me by myself.
Oh God, with no finger problems. At
Well, I was
all.
just thinking y'all
No
are
finger
such.
problems and not in a second person.
I was just thinking y'all have been such buddies helping each other out that you'd probably offer to cut each other's fingers off. Because it'd be way easier than cutting your own finger off.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sure. Yeah, but I cut my fingers off at the first knuckle.
Nice.
To
Thank
keep it
God.
from
Got rid of that
spreading.
rot.
Get rid of the rot. Hopefully. We'll see. It would have been a serious problem.
Yeah.
It would be. You can't have rotting fingers.
Yeah, I mutate and then, but occasionally spots may show up.
You have to keep
We shall
cutting
see.
them out.
I have to keep like, I've taken all my clothes off at this point, and I'm just like giving myself a dermatological checkup every now and then. It's like cut pieces off, keep moving around so I don't get stuck in the ground. We have to make it.
It's a mess.
Just a mess. I'm gonna make it through.
Do it.
Okay. An alliance is formed. What a wonderful alliance.
Yep. You guys are buds to the end. I think
Best
that's gonna,
friends
I
forever.
think that's gonna end this scene.
Yeah. Cool. Let's make it to the core.
Take it to the core now.
Is it cool with everyone if I move to the center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like this forest was very
No, it feels like thing new.
satisfying. Yes. Finally, I will die. Okay. Here at the heart, I will finally be able to express the wish that brought me all this way. What will the zone do with that wish? That's for everyone else to decide using the not so easy cards gathered on this journey. Yeah, I think I have the radio stuff, and I have been like writing. I have like lots of papers at this point. So I'm naked, trying to keep my foot from
Growing into the ground.
growing into the ground,
Smeared with
cutting
blood.
off, smeared with my friend's blood, cutting off rotting spots as they show up on me, which they may or may not be. And I enter the center.
Center of the zone.
The lone survivor has made it to the legendary center of the zone.
Ooh.
First, to find the center together, is it staggering beauty, incomprehensible horror, alien strangeness, or something else?
Hmm. Oh man. Oh, but it's your definite.
I think so, but if you had a hit, I'm thinking of this like information and data stuff that we've been thinking about. I think it's like alien strangeness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel it was like AI weirdness. What hit did you have?
I was kind of thinking like the hotel room at the end of 2001, but I'm wondering if there's a way to combine that. Like it's put together wrong, or it keeps reconfiguring.
Yeah.
Like
Non-Euclidean
Yeah.
hotel room.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like hotel room. I think I can remember it.
like an AI keeps trying to get the details right,
Yeah.
but can't.
Yeah.
Could
And we'll
make-
do
could-
we'll
yeah.
paint the scene. in a bit.
Elements of beauty and horror alternating, probably.
Yeah.
And
So it's a
hotel.
weird
And
hotel
strangeness.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
okay. So we're in this hotel room. Did we want to describe the hotel room at all? Does anyone else want to add any sensory details before I do this next part?
I was imagining like this whole white walls and minimalist furniture thing.
Yeah.
So that they're kind of staticking out. They're like glitching out every once in a while.
A sense of we created this thing to make a human comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't really, you know, but you don't know
Yeah.
how any of
And I
this
think
works.
if Scott accidentally if it, like grazes the walls, it does that like head static thing too, where it like gives you an idea that's unconnected to another
Oh,
one.
no.
And you're like, So try not to touch anything while cutting pieces off myself.
Oh no.
I think in that same token, what you just said about like kind of trying to create something that'll be maximum comforting to humans. And along with that, there is like a faint muzak going on,
Oh no.
but it's like a faint muzak that AI would write, where it's like, no, this is what soothing muzak sounds like, and then it ends up being a little bit creepy and disturbing to people.
It's like there's not like any sort of structure to it. It's just like almost like Brownian motion chord changes, kind of like like
and singing that has English phonemes, but they don't
Yeah.
yes,
add up
totally.
to anything.
Like Simlish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for that. So Scott came into the zone driven by an obsession, which was inspiration, any muse that will get me writing again. And so I'm going to do a short flashback about the origin of this obsession and does it still drive my wish? Then describe how the zone tells you that it's ready to hear this wish. Yeah, and I think actually this hotel room it brought from my memory. It used me as a USB drive. And so I was sitting in a hotel room like this early when I was a reporter and thinking about all of the people I had seen in the lobby that day. I was just writing down little vignettes about them. First, they were true, and then they became more and more untrue. And that became the beginnings of my first novel. In a hotel room that looked just like this. And so that ease that I felt of experiencing the world and then coming back to a cave and getting to kind of weave it together and make a story that wasn't actually the story out there, but my own story was what I'm searching for again. And this place has inverted that. In that the reality, I used to have to make reality more strange in order for it to be exciting for myself. In this place, the reality is too strange to be told as truth. And yeah, it still drives my wish. I think I've been kind of chasing that more extreme, and that's what got me into my own trying to write my own version of Crime and Punishment by committing murder. And then the zone tells me it's ready to hear this wish. It tells me it's ready because on the table, a notebook appears. It's not quite right. And it's statics in and out, but it is the notebook that I first wrote things in. And so I know what to do. I'm going to go ahead and start writing in this notebook. And I'm just writing everything that I've seen. And for the first time in my life, I'm actually just writing what I saw and not changing it. And then I'm going to trigger the wish unless anybody else wants to add anything to that.
Yeah, go for it.
Trigger it.
All right. What's the wish? What is the writer's wish? Once expresses their character's wish and advances to judgment, everyone else will embody the zone and decide if and how it occurs. My wish is that someone will find this even after I'm gone, and that my wish is that my story will go on. Someone will find the journal even after I am gone, and I will become mega famous in death. All right. That is my wish. I said the wish out loud. It's not so easy.
We're on the other side of the not so easy. I got the most not so easy while alive.
Oh.
These are now the judgment deck. I'll decide how
You
the
love
zone
making things hard for us.
treats the wish by choosing a card from this deck. Ooh.
Okay.
Heath and Peter will influence the judgment by adding one card each to the judgment deck and describing a possible thing. Ways to let go. Okay. Oh, cool. So my not so easy cards go into that deck, and then
And then I guess we
add
each
one of your
choose
own.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
So it's Heath's turn first.
Oh, yeah. Just,
Yes, and or no and.
oh, wow. There we go.
Oh, and then you describe the
You describe
possibility,
the-
or-
Oh, wait. What do I do?
Yes.
I do something?
Yeah, you describe,
describe
a way
it.
that might happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because as Scott is sitting at the desk writing, there's like a framed picture over the desk that's small, just a little bit bigger than the size of the journal. And Scott realizes that on the other side of the picture realizes it's his desk back in the real world.
Mm.
And it just sort of intuitively knows that, like, oh, once I've written my novel, I could put it through right there onto my desk where it'll be found by someone. But Scott can't fit through. Scott will not be going back,
Not in one piece.
Um,
can put his final work.
Maybe my copy Scott can go.
and I'm given the choice between yes but and yes but right now. So
Yeah, I
will
actually can
choose
see your
yes,
choice. I didn't
but.
realize I could see your
Yeah.
choices.
But okay, you are suggesting yes, but as a way the zone might respond to the wish described as possibility. I'll put this in SCP terms. Yes, you can write the novel, but it becomes a Euclid class object, a thing where just the knowledge of the story means you can be a conduit for the things
Mhm.
from the zone to get beyond the boundary and
Oh, nice.
go anywhere in the world. So that story is going to be incredibly dangerous.
The King in
yeah.
Yellow.
I see now the difference between yes and yes but. I'm like, did I do a
I
yes
think it's
and?
because
I'm
of
not
what
sure.
I think it's because of what you drew already. I think
Yeah.
Peter only drew yes buts.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ending turn.
And
I
then
just
the
did a
final
yes. I'm not sure if I did a yes and or not.
Ooh.
No but, yes but, no but.
Yes, but no, but. I really like the yes, but. I'm going to take my own yes, but here. The wish happens with a complication.
yeah.
Of course, that's what you would choose. That's Mark all the way.
Mark loves it
Mark
when we
card.
roll a 6.
Roll a 7 and 9. The writer is mysteriously found outside the zone. Describe what happens with their wish. So I think probably what happens as you're writing at the desk, the surroundings begin to change until you can see the white hotel room through the picture, and you are back at your own writing desk, and you finish the novel, and like in the cheesiest version, turn to the camera and have one of those big smiles, and the novel is as described. When someone else reads it, they understand all the stuff and probably
no.
get one of their own weird doubles that helps the zone extend outside of its boundaries.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then it ends the game by giving an epilogue.
Yeah, so yeah, from that day on, Scott Tangible no longer chased adrenaline and extremes and actually seemed like someone who was just happy to be it seemed like a totally different personality, happy to be where they were, excited to be in the moment and not ambitious. No longer had ambitions of writing another novel after that one. Did wasn't really even interested in touring that one, but it spread nevertheless. Yeah, and then anyone Yeah, but you would occasionally see people leave a talk that Scott was doing and then start walking towards the direction of the zone.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's the last scene. It's like there's like Scott reads from the book. Thank you all. It does the like signing part.
Maybe
Things
it's
look really
couple
weird.
people, like a little group of people walking towards.
Yeah,
it.
and you can see a group of people come and meet the edge of that boundary that just came from that book signing.
Nice. Mission report. Nice.
That's right. Why did you keep going? I couldn't go back in effort to find some meaning in life. I've tried to experience more and more extremes. They claim saw the center and express a wish. Someone will find the journal even after I'm gone. I will become mega famous in death. Yes, it wasn't so easy.
Redacted.
Oh yeah, I'm in containment. Yeah.
Well, one of you is in containment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that actual me is in containment, and then this
Yeah.
weird,
maybe-
happy version of me is out there.
Actual you got out, so maybe like the mirror version like is a sacrifice by the zone. Like, cool, we're gonna keep a fake one that can't hurt anyone in there, and the real you is out there causing trouble.
Yeah, I think they studied that one, but I'm out causing mayhem.
Nice.
Spreading zonage.
Spreading
and
the
that
zone.
is the zone. Boom.
The power of story.
Oh, and there's little X's over the ones. We spent a lot of time at the school. Cool. Want to do a round of stars and wishes for it?
Yeah.
We'll just go in alphabetical order. Start with Heath.
Stars. Very cool. It's cool to have a collaborative interface like that. That's very cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just any kind of collaborative storytelling games are always cool. Wishes wise, just like a personal preference, like nothing bad. Just I did find myself. It's weird because I feel like all the games we play are pretty free form, where there's not a lot of structure to it, but somehow they seem easier. Like this one, I felt very lost a lot of time as to like when can I do something versus when is
Yeah.
or like I like more defined knowing. Okay, it's my turn to do a thing. All right, I'll do a thing. And so this one, I found a lot of time going, can I do the thing, or can somebody? And then worrying about jumping in too much, or I did feel like a couple times I wanted to do a thing, but then somebody else jumped in and did a thing, and I was like, are we going in order? Are we not going in order? What's happening? And so I just kind of like found it a bit chaotic and not knowing really half the time if like I could or should be doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. A lot of fun. Super good. Super creepy. I think this group is really good at doing the thing that we did here, and combined with like the sweet interface and the rules and all that stuff, made it really really fun and super weird. Wishes. I think this, like just a wish for this game. I talked about it with Nick a little bit during the break. It feels like it has a little bit of like the fiasco problem sometimes when it's like, okay, now do something cool. And it's easier once we get like a couple details in there to work off of, but the first couple scenes is like, I don't know. And the game helps out with giving the prompts for details and all that stuff, but like he said, it's kind of hard like to know when to jump in and stuff. And the other wish is like, I don't know, it feels like it would play really fun either the second time around, minus the tutorial stuff, or just like taking like an extra hour or so to like, if it always feels, it felt the same the last time I played it too. It feels a little bit rushed sometimes. Like, okay, say something weird. Okay, go to the next place. Okay, say something weird. And go to the next place. I'd like more time to like sort of sit with the characters and have more interaction that way, or more prompts to be like, cool. Now you two characters talk.
Yeah.
Talk about your feelings.
Intimate scene.
Yeah, do an intimate scene.
Yeah.
But overall,
Yeah, I definitely
super good time.
I definitely found like that one point when we got to a point in the game, it's like, okay, well, if you have any unresolved character things, do it now. I was like, oh,
What?
already? We
Yeah.
don't. None of us have any character things really.
Cool. That's all I got.
I can hop in, I guess.
Yeah.
Stars, I feel like all of our it's worse than that skills are perfectly deployed in this game, and I really loved everyone's creativity and just creating a world that kept finding new ways to be scary and unsettling. I'll add to what Keith said on the wish there's a star in that I love having so much structure, like not deciding when each character is going to die is such a relief.
That's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's handled. I just have to get to that point. And I think that makes it harder when there are things not covered by the mechanics of the game.
Hmm.
Like at some point, somebody does this. And it's like everywhere else in the game, I have rules telling me when we're doing what. And now when I just jump in and do something, it feels a little Wile E. Coyote off the cliff.
Yeah.
Oh God, I had something else that I liked and it's gone now. No. Oh, right. And I'll tag it onto like it is very all of you meet in a tavern. And if I think the clearest wish I have for the game is some sort of character sheet thing that gives your relationship to another character or your attitude off a pick list, say, to another character.
Yeah.
That would be really easy. In fact, just pick lists for how you feel about the other characters.
Yeah, or like the next character down the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
The little circle.
That it wouldn't need much, but that would make it much more interactive, I think.
Yeah, like in Mark's Philip K. Dick game where we had to like 2 lines where we each said how we knew one another.
Yeah.
Or how we felt about each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love all the prompts. That's doing a great job of being evocative and creating a frame for you to fill in.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said about the good parts and the bad parts of the structure. Like definitely the open-endedness and the like not sure if it's my turn yet thing. But it was really fun and the interface is really cool. I had a good time. I'm the best and I'm a winner.
Yeah.
My other part, the other like part that I would tweak on it is more just because I love this series Annihilation and I love that like Lovecraftian shape of story.
Yeah.
And I think Mark was mentioning this of like it didn't really do the creeping horror. It was just like
Now you got a tail.
You could just like now you have a beak. And it's like, oh, you could like immediately die also, which would be scary. Mark and I were talking over the break. It would be fun if there was like a big group of characters that we were handling.
If you had NPCs that you could just kill off for dramatic effect.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh fuck, people are dying.
Or maybe if like each player played 2 characters.
Yeah.
Although I do really like the mechanic of like you die and you become the zone. That's like it didn't feel like y'all were any less involved. But yeah, I think the game mechanics weren't exactly matching up with the tone of story I was expecting, but it is a different type of story that is also very fun, where you're like, what a weird place. Yeah.
Like something I mentioned in game.
We're good at doing stories, so we kind of made that happen where we were like, okay, not quite yet. Okay, yes.
Yeah, one thing I mentioned in game was how like I did find the something's not right hard because like literally everything's not right all the time. So it's like we'd go around and like all 4 of us describing something really fucking weird and it's like, but something's not right.
Yeah.
I think that's a mechanic that's
it's
probably set up for people who described it more mundanely.
It's like, it's a school and it's got something written on the blackboard. Yeah. Then you have to, but we're just like, this is how fucking weird it is.
It's breathing,
but something's not right.
Made of flesh.
I think every offer seems to get a little weird. It's like, that's the level of weirdness. Okay, I'll push it a little bit. My offer should be up here.
We should have taken it like the opposite way, where the something's not right is more mundane. It's like the school is breathing, but something's not right. It's got a little rasp to it. Might have an infection.
Well, maybe just being more explicit in like the descriptions of how to, or the instructions on how to describe something. Like just say for like, don't make these too weird because you need somewhere to go.
You need a room to go to Rampa.
Need a little
like
headroom
playing good, bad, worse advice, and a good person giving bad advice.
Like already,
I'm a giant robot. That's okay. We can't go anywhere.
Okay, cool, great. We're not going anywhere.
I mean, we can, but
it's worse than that.
I'm a sad giant robot.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, it totally still worked out in our game. It's just a couple of times, just kind of more than anything, it just kind of
dreams.
Like more than anything, it just kind of made me laugh when it'd be like, okay, this is really fucked up, but something's not right.
Yeah. And our end was just like so super, like not even like past Lovecraftian. It was more like Yellow Sign. It's like.
Yeah. I think that Peter's point about relationships would have helped me at that moment of betrayal too, because I was oh fuck, like I'm having trouble betraying you because we hardly like I kind of know in my head how I feel about you.
Yeah.
the card is predicated on there being relationships.
Yeah, that would have helped that. That's a good point.
Yeah,
And
I
if
think
you have
the rules also need to maybe emphasize like, hey, like if this doesn't make sense, click the choose another prompt thing. But
Oh,
and
sure.
we made it make
Yeah.
sense, but I think some
Oh,
people
the-
might be.
I think we're not a group that I think all of us kind of take
Yeah,
the
No,
choose
we
a new
have to
prompt
take
as
the
we
card.
Oh,
Oh.
absolutely, 100% with me. I was like, I'm never picking another prompt. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna make it work.
I don't
there's
cheat.
only one person left. Okay, the prompt is lead a group song. Like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make
Best
it-
friends forever, Scott and Scott.
I've been putting in the Mid-Journey chat channel
Yeah.
suggestion.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, I need to look at the Mid-Journey chat.
But I do
I
think
need
you're
to be
right.
more on a Discord more.
Something along the lines of what Mark mentioned. Like, I think it would have been good if there was like another move or maybe another phase of each turn where two characters have a conversation.
Yeah, some intimate face.
Like if that was more built in. I mean, we could
Yeah.
have done that anytime we wanted, but if it was more like, oh, let's build the relationships a little more. Like, oh, Scott and Septimus have a little conversation about
it just
science
needs
or
more
whatever.
like more campfire scenes. Like maybe add another section of campfire stuff, or emphasize that more at the beginning, because the beginning is more like, what do you think about the zone? Whereas it might
Yeah.
help more to be like, what do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about each other?
Yeah.
And you're right, and it like I guess doesn't have to be rushed. Like we could have as many scenes as we want in each place, but it did feel like you said, like it was like it sort of felt like the point was like do the thing in the place, next thing,
Mhm.
and then, and I think that's
What's
why
the
we
weird
ended,
thing here? Now
Yeah,
something's not right about it.
Yeah.
or like what's the threat or what's the
Yeah.
So we didn't end up like there was a couple times when we were just fucking around when which I think would have worked more well if we did more of that in a game where we did kind of go around as our characters, like kind of giving each other shit.
Hmm.
And that was like not even really part of the game. That was like we're setting up a scene and we kind of rib each other in character a little bit. And it's like, that's like the only character
Yeah, the game's
development
full of
parts we
stuff.
really had.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah. But overall, very fun, and I do recommend it for folks who like this kind of
Totally.
thing, because it's a good like 3 hours of just like talking about weird stuff.
It was a great one-off. I loved it. Yeah.
And the little, anything, I don't want to call it gimmicky because that sounds like an insult, which I don't mean it as, but like the whole, I thought, the collaborative interface thing, I thought it's
Yeah.
really fucking cool.
There's actually, if you go to the Zone RPG website, there's a dev kit. So this whoever put together this interface, I think it was D'Amico. Impressive programming, cool use of sockets and all the things and all that. It also, all the text, all the data is run off of a Google Sheet. So if you go to the when you start a new one, you can load a mod, and he gives you a template you can use for your own Google Sheet, and you just say use this sheet instead, and you can completely
Wow.
Cool.
you can change one little thing, or you can rewrite the whole game.
Everyone's cats.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of like one of the things I really liked when we've played tabletop simulator, like when we did, a pandemic and Robo Rally and all that stuff. Is it was just so fun to actually have some element of on-screen game that we all were
Yeah.
sharing and participating in.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
always
even,
fun.
even just the little motes going around is like really like, oh, there's
Yeah.
other people here. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be a word for like the virtual presence, like when you're on a Miro board and you can see each other's cursors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
the
almost-
Google Sheet New Year's party.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Right. Like
There's
that
like a
always,
neat.
or that often becomes a game in and of itself.
Yeah.
Because there's just
Yeah.
something
Like,
about
I'm
having
just gonna
that.
chase your moat around with my cursor.
I was realizing that with 'cause I ran a class that I had run virtually. And the last time I ran this class, like the first activity we did had that like element. So there was like playfulness and
Mm.
weirdness. And then we started getting to know each other. And in classroom, it was like, all right, let's say something about yourself. And I was like, oh, fuck, I need to have that. Like, there's something really nice and whimsical and vulnerable about like my cursor's chasing your cursor that I need to, I had to build back into real life
Yeah.
experiences because it became like, such a helpful part of like making virtual experiences feel more present.
Yeah.
Now I just need to make present
I know. I was like,
Feel
I'm
the same
having a
way.
weird backwards compatibility problem.
Reverse engineering going on.
Yeah, going back from virtual lesson plans to in person.
Oh, sure.
Cool. I'm going to stop the
Yeah.
stream. Thanks
Good
anybody
little
who was
internet.
watching. Sorry for not
Thank
watching
you.
chat. And we'll see you next time. Bye.